innings, gave up only 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, so dead even on that strikeout to walk ratio. So fairly decent arm for Gebhard. And I mean, a guy, he played yesterday. He was in the field yesterday, and now he's on the mound, so a workhorse, really. Like
exactly.
You were in the field yesterday, and now your coach is like, hey, now I need you to start today. Not a relief role. You were starting on the mound, and that's like, it's a tough ask, but, you know, this is college baseball, WCL. A lot of these guys get asked to wear a lot of different hats, and so it's not uncommon to see this. You're going to see this probably pretty often in the WCL.
Yeah, I completely agree. You mentioned lefties, too. Tonight we have wind gusts up to 23 miles an hour, and Neves from the talked about it for this homestand as lefty batters have a huge advantage here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. And I have a really good feeling, Smith. I think we might see a Sox homer today, especially with this wind. Of course, temperature's around 65 degrees, but with the wind, it does make it feel just above 60. So not too chilly, but of course, with that wind, it's going to be a huge advantage for the AppleSox tonight.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We were seeing it in batting practice. That was when the wind was bad. I was standing on the first base dugout on top of it on the roof there. You can kind of just walk right onto it here at the stadium. And I was watching BP, and let me tell you, I almost got blown away. I mean, I'm about like 160 pounds soaking wet. I'm not the heaviest guy, so it's not that hard for me to, like, you know, the wind to kind of catch me, push me back a little bit. But man, it was blowing hard, like gusts, like really picking up. And there were quite a few balls in BP where a lot of those lefties just poked one. It looked like it would be like, oh, that looks like it'll be a routine fly ball to right field, right? And just that wind tunnel grabs a hold of it and just shoots it out of the ballpark right into the batting cages. The batting cages out there just outside right field. It just dropped. They were just dropping those balls right onto the top of the netting. And so again, like you said, if you get a good pitch to hit and you just, for lefties, yank it right field, and for righties, shoot it the opposite way.
Exactly.
It can go out. And so, like you said, we might get our first Sox homer at home this year tonight.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more, Smith. And we're going to step away here. It's time for our national anthem. Once again, Game 2 between the Springfield Drifters and your Wenatchee AppleSox here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Need to rent a car? Remember Wenatchee Rental Cars. Locally owned and located near the airport, they offer after-hours pickup and returns are available. They rent European cars, SUVs, and 7-passenger vehicles, all equipped with all-wheel drive for safe driving. Book by calling 509-888-2397 or send a rental request at WenatcheeRentalCars.com. All vehicles are clean, dependable, and maintained by Eric's European and Asian Auto Repair.
Foster parents provide the safety, love, and nurturing every child deserves. Many kids are just looking for someone to talk to have fun with, to share their life with. Interested in being a foster parent? Call K Connections at 888-2006. That's 888-2006. K Connections, enhancing the lives of those they serve at 2121 North Wenatchee Avenue.
Getting bored with the white walls in your house? Let Exterior Solutions and Alexandria Moldings brighten up your interior. Available in various sizes, Alexandria Moldings lends to great project ideas. Use them to build up beautiful moldings, design wall and ceiling panels, and practical shelves. They can also revive your staircases to their natural shine. Exterior Solutions can help you find just what you need. Alexandria Moldings at Exterior Solutions, 151st Street Southeast in East Wenatchee.
The Loop Trail Cafe wish the AppleSox the best of success this season. Locally owned, the Loop Trail Cafe has a great menu for breakfast and lunch. Start your morning off with the local famous zombie or breakfast burrito and a cup of coffee or tea. During the hot summer, you'll find ice cream cones. Get a scoop on the Loop. The Loop Trail Cafe, across from the splash pad in the Riverfront Center building at 1 5th Street, Suite 160 in Wenatchee.
When saying goodbye feels overwhelming, Brookside Funeral Home is by your side. The Moeller family and our staff, now serving the Wenatchee Valley with the same award-winning compassion and dedication we have shared for years as an independent, locally owned funeral home. Brookside Funeral Home, helping you honor life and celebrate memories. Brookside Funeral Home, here for you when it matters most. Learn more at brooksidefuneral.com.
presented by Sunny.
Welcome back here to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Jackson Dodd, Smith, Sly on the call. Felix Schlede again taking the start for the AppleSox today. Let's take a little look at the starting lineup. Smith, you got us?
Oh, absolutely. Leading things off for the Drifters, it's Cooper Mullins starting at third base today. Right after him in the 2-hole, it's Jalen Riddle, the starting second baseman. Then batting third, it's Nolan Miller at first base. Batting in the fourth spot, it's Peyton Tyner in right field. Then you got Ryland Detzler in left. Right after him, Colton Perez, the DH today. Then it's Kahaku Harrison at shortstop, and then right underneath him, Drew Holman doing the catching today. And in the 9-hole spot, it'll be Broderick Burr in straightaway center field. Like you said, Felix Schlede on the mound for the AppleSox. Looking at the AppleSox starting order today, yeah, Jonah Shields leading things off again. He's been the leadoff man for basically almost every single game this season, starting in center field. Then Kai McGarry, the beer batter of the game, in right. Then batting third, the DH today, Nikko Paoletto. Right behind him, Joseph Coupland, who has the catching today. Then it's Landon White getting the start at first base. Kainoa Santiago in left field. A pair of Bulldogs right after each other in the order. Then it's Cooper Brass at shortstop. And then batting eighth, it's Alika Ahu at third base. So he moves from short to third today. And then rounding everything out, it's the second baseman, Matt Torres, batting in the 9-hole. On the mound, like we said, Aiden Gebhard for the Drifters. We were just getting closer to the first pitch.
Yeah, really excited to see what the AppleSox can do tonight. They need to get some redemption. They need to get some momentum back because they were riding that high.
Yes.
Just, what was it, 2-3 days ago after Sunday.
Yeah.
And then they go into that game yesterday fully expecting to win. You could just feel it in the whole entire dugout. And unfortunately, we said it's kind of an upset. Not exactly. Yeah. It's too early to tell, of course, but you just look at that on paper with a 2-7 record. Now it's going to be 3-7 for Springfield. It wasn't a great look for the Sox today as Schlede will step onto the mound and get ready for first pitch here at Paul Thomas. Gets the sign from Coupland, and the first pitch in there down the middle for strike one, and we are underway here right on time at 6:35.
That's another game perfectly on time. Wow.
Schlede, big righty, gets a swing and miss here. It's quickly 0-2 on Mullins. He stands at 6'6". He is a commanding presence on the bump. Deep breath here on the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs. Got him. And there's the first out. 3 pitches. Pretty effective.
Very effective. That's exactly what you want if you're in the AppleSox. Like you said, Schlede, 6'6", 230 pounds. I mean, start him off with a swing and strikeout like there. He's a bit of an intimidating presence on the mound.
He is, and sometimes that messes with you when you're in the dugout. I mean, in the batter's box, you see that up there and just like, oh, you know that guy's going to bring some heat. Here's Jalen Riddle. He's the second baseman here for the Drifters. Infield playing pretty far back today. The first offering to him was upstairs for ball 1. Riddle's batting .273 with 6 hits this season and 1 RBI. Again, they're 6th in the WCL in hits with 81. Sox are behind them in 11th with 78, so pretty close behind. The 1-0 just inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. And another thing to note, the AppleSox are last in the WCL in extra base hits. Only 9 this season. Comes a 2-0 from Schlede. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. That'll drop down for a base hit. Working to his left is Santiago. He'll glove it in the AppleSox bullpen, but not before Riddle will settle into second base with a 1-out double.
And that was just perfectly placed on the left field line. It just kind of tails and trickles into that AppleSox bullpen. And the bullpens here, in very traditional JUCO fashion, they have the kind of bullpens that are almost on the field. There's infield territory, so it's like there were a couple MLB stadiums, I think, that have the same kind of setup. But it's like if you're down there, you need a guy watching out to make sure you don't get smoked by a line drive.
Honestly, the visiting bullpen is more protected than the home bullpen. A bit more tucked away. So here comes Nolan Miller, the first baseman. Runner at second base for him with 1 out. First offering is an off-speed upstairs for ball 1. Infield, again, mentioning playing very far back today. Middle infield nearly on the outfield's grass, while corners just past their bags here. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a ground ball foul, and the count will go to 1-1.
And the bullpen out there for the AppleSox, that has that kind of the grassy berm. And the other day there was a ball that was smoked down there. Like, you know, the young AppleSox fans, the little kids, they kind of will play on that berm really close to the bullpen. And they almost got smoked by a few balls hit out there.
Yeah, you got to be careful there. I mean, of course, you got to be thankful for netting. That is the name of the game, especially here in these collegiate leagues. The 1-1 in the dirt counts 2-1. I like that off-speed pitch there, trying to mix it up. Clearly showing, at least in that first AB against Mullins, he's liking his fastball.
Yeah.
But, you know, he has a changeup, has his extra off speeds that he can throw in there whenever he needs. Once again, 2 balls and 1 strike to count with 1 out and a man on second base in scoring position for the Drifters. The pitch from Schlede. Just a bit high, and the count goes to 3-1.
And the ballpark here is I think we're one of the smaller ballparks in the WCL, and so it gives a much more homey vibe, much more close to the action, close to the players.
Yes.
Like with having the players almost on that berm right in front of the bullpen, like you feel like you are connected with this team.
3-1 from Schlede. Outside ball 4. And, you know, it's always been that way. Of course, you know, I grew up here, and East Wenatchee just graduated from Eastmont. And I remember coming to the youth camps and coming down after games, getting autographs from some of the players. And just wait till you see July 3rd. You talk about the berm. That berm is all the way filled up with fans who bring their chairs, some towels, and they lay out on them. It's a really cool sight. So if you're free July 3rd, make sure to come on down. Game time at 6:35 as the first offering to Peyton Tyner is upstairs for ball 1.
And congratulations to you for graduating.
Thank you.
You got to give was it the commencement speech?
The commencement speech and the valedictorian speech, too.
Yeah?
Yes.
He's a smart guy up here in the press box.
I hope to use that for stats right now. Schlede looks back at second base. Runner takes a step, but he fires towards the plate. That's swung on and fouled into the AppleSox dugout, and the count will be 1-1.
And so you gave that speech, and we played it on the video board here, like well before game time. We were all getting set up, and you went out for a walk, and we played it on the video board, so I got to listen to it. It was a good speech.
Thank you, Smith.
It was concise. It was to the point. You mentioned Ted Lasso. Like that was a really great speech.
I wish they had a baseball Ted Lasso type of show.
I know.
I would enjoy that. Runners at first and second here with 1 out. Schlede, deep breath. Looks over at second base. And the pitch. Swinging a line drive up the middle, caught by Brass, and they double him off there. Brass to Torres, and they finish off the inning with a double play. Man, heads up play, and they just caught the runner sleeping there. It's scoreless here as the Drifters leave 1 man on. There's no errors with 1 hit and no runs. Scoreless and head into the bottom of the first here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Mission Ridge, proud sponsor of AppleSox Baseball, says, let's go, Sox. Hope you're enjoying the game. Head up to the Chair 5 Pub at Mission Ridge. Open Fridays through Sundays all summer long. It's your spot for great food, local drinks, and unbeatable mountain views high above the valley. Whether you're wrapping up a day on the trails, looking to cool off from the summer heat, or just want a relaxed place to hang out with friends and family, the Chair 5 Pub delivers. Keep the good times rolling after the final inning. Visit missionridge.com to learn more.
Wenatchee businesses, step up to the plate. Firefly is your hometown MVP for managed IT and cybersecurity, protecting your time and tech since 1992. For a limited time, Firefly is offering a free vulnerability scan to help pinpoint the gaps in your security and bring clarity to your risks before they turn into errors on your scoreboard. Call 509-663-TECH today to secure your scan and stop the bad guys from stealing home.
Hey, get the goat off the AC vent. This time of year, we are right there with the goat, hanging out and trying to stay cool.
Folks can start quotes on our website, WenatcheeInsurance.com.
And you can schedule an in-person video or phone appointment. No one should have to sweat about insurance.
We are a locally owned independent agency, so we can walk people through a variety of options.
Make sure you're covered, maybe even save some money. So give us a call or text today, 509-295-9055.
And then get back to the AC with the goat.
Well, what a play to end off that top of the first. A line drive to Cooper Brass, and then they catch chance runner sleeping Jalen Riddle. He just gets frozen in the middle between second base and third base. Brass makes a heads-up play, throws over to Torres to double him off after an early strikeout by Schlede. And just like that, here we are on the bottom of the first, bringing up Jonas Shields to lead it off. Lefty on the mound is Aiden Gebhard. He's had 1 outing so far, only 2 innings, a walk, a strikeout, and gave up 1 hit. First offering is upstairs and high for ball 1.
And that play to end the inning there in the top half of the first, that's one of those ones where the base runner, a line drive like that, you got to freeze. You got to freeze and see what happens to it before you make your decision. If it's on the ground, you got to take off, but you can't be heading for third when it could be caught.
The 1-0. Swinging a line drive the other way. Tyner works in. He makes the catch. And the first out is retired. What do you go the other way, though? I mean, righty batter, we talked about it pre-game, especially with the wind today. A good approach they should look for is just hit the other way, find that hole, because there's a really big 4-hole gap right now, as well as second baseman Riddle is playing really close to the bag, as well as Miller is playing close to first. So a ground ball the other way is pretty much a guaranteed base hit right now, especially on righties at least. First pitch to Kyle McGarry is a bunt, popped up, but it's just foul. He got a little bit lucky there, and the count goes 0-1.
Yeah, if you're going to put a bunt down, that's why we say put a bunt down, down on the ground. You don't pop it up like that because it's almost every time a guaranteed out, like a little pop-up right to the glove. If he gets lucky there, that's just out of their reach, but, might not be lucky the next time.
Yeah, no, and that's not the first time McGarry's tried to catch the defense sleeping by bunting. He did it yesterday. He also did it in Game 3 against Kamloops, where he got a bunt single out of it yesterday. Wasn't very effective, but if it broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
0-1 to McGarry. Swung on and fouled straight back. Counts 0-2. McGarry, since joining the Sox, has batted .333 with 4 hits and a single RBI. Gebhard gets his sign from Holman here. The lefty collects himself. And the pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
And he's also, McGarry, he's tied for second place on the team for stolen bases with 3 so far this year. I mean, he's done that in just a few games. He joined the team for that Kamloops series and now into this Drifter series. So, I mean, early on, making a real impact on the base paths.
Without a doubt. So 1-2 the count here. And here the pitch on the way is just inside. And the count goes to 2s with 1 out and nobody on. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first. Jackson Dodd, Smith Slide, happy to have you on this Wednesday afternoon. Gebhard, deep breath here. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Upstairs, ball 3 in the count is filled up here. McGarry did a great job of taking this at-bat to the very end. He's not going to be the kind of guy who will just roll over easily. He's in a battle for every single bit of it. Payoff pitch on the way. Swinging a weak ground ball up the middle. Chopping towards Harrison. He'll collect fire. And they got him just in time.
And that's one of those ones with how much speed McGarry has. You can't assume that it's going to be a routine play. You can't assume that, we got the out here. This is an easy little chopper up the middle. Like, he can bust up the first base line. So Harrison, he was able to take care of it there. But you got to not rush the throw, but no, I got to get this ball, make that transition, and get the throw off if I want to get him out.
Exactly. Here's Nikko Paoletto batting .385 this season. Infield plating straight up for him, but outfield shifted just a bit towards the right. Trying to play the wind. First offering him was outside for ball 1. Yeah, center field playing about 3-4 feet to the left of second base, looking at it at least straight away. The 1-0. Swinging a hot line drive out the middle. That'll be a base hit. Paoletto rounds first, will chop up there. And a much-needed 2-out base hit for the AppleSox.
Man, perfectly on time, scorched up the middle, on a line. I mean, second baseman Riddle, was giving it a good look and seeing if he can make a play on it, but just out of his reach. Like, no way for him to make a play on that. And now you set a good situation here for Coupland. 2 outs, 1 runner on, but the Sox are known to battle with 2 outs.
105 off the bat there. Man, Paoletto smoked that ball. Here's Joe Coupland. First offered him, catches the inner half for strike 1. Yeah, don't think you can hit it any better than that. Gebhard gets his sign from Holman. Here comes the windup and the pitch. Swing and a weak chopper over to third. Running in is Mullins. He makes the throw, And there's the out. AppleSox, 1 hit, 1 man left on base, no errors, and no runs. Still scoreless if we head into the top of the second here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
When you need prescriptions filled, visit Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy. Locally owned and in business since 1945, Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy is your friendly Health Mart pharmacy ready to serve you. They've made it their goal to meet the special health care needs of families throughout North Central Washington. Stop in or use their convenient drive-thru to get all your questions answered and prescriptions filled. Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy, 509-662-5801 and at 820 North Chelan.
AppleSox fans, if a foul ball leaves your car with a rock chip or broken windshield, take it to Discount Auto Glass. Locally owned, Discount Auto Glass specializes in rock chip repair, windshield replacement, mobile service, window tinting, and calibration service on all makes and models. Get your rock chip repaired at Discount Auto Glass, 888-0072 and at 901 Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee, across from 7-Eleven.
Hi, this is Jeff Rounds, president of Libke Insurance. Accidents can happen to anyone at any time without warning. At Libke Insurance, our goal is to provide help before you need it. The right protection, competitive rates, and caring professionals. That's value. That's Libke Insurance. Don't be caught without the right protection. Peace of mind is just a call or click away. Let's talk today.
Lipke Insurance. Call 888-902-1800. Online at lipke.com.
So Ryland Detzer leads it off here for the Drifters in the top of the second half. The AppleSox leave 1 man on after a 105-mile-an-hour single off the bat of Nikko Paoletto. He absolutely smoked that ball here, and the Springfield Drifters looking to start something here in the top of the second. First offer to him is fouled straight away, and the count goes to 0-1. Bit of a windy Wednesday evening on Wenatchee Wednesday.
Yeah.
Lots of W's here. 0-1 the count. Schlede winds back and deals the pitch. Chopped weakly over to first base. Weird kick, though, but gloving it will be White, and he makes the play. It hit the lip, and so it bounced all the way to his left. He was able to stick his hand out, recover it, and record the out.
To be honest, that might be accounting for some of the errors that you saw last night. 6 errors. A lot of them are probably kind of bad hops, like hitting off the lip there. Like the field here, Paul Thomas, I could say, is a hybrid of everything. It's got turf, it's got grass, it's got dirt, and so when the ball's making that transition from one medium to another, it can sometimes take a little bit of a wonky turn on you.
Here's Colton Perez, first offering to him. Catches the outer black for strike one. And, we talked pregame with Joe Skyleman. He talked about the mound, has an advantage there. But you got to wonder for the infielders, there's got to be a pretty big advantage knowing your field's hops. Outfield's probably going to be somewhat the same as the 0-1 comes in. Breaking ball in there for strike two. And, of course, your outfield is pretty traditional with a pretty large warning track, but the infield has lips, especially on the corners of turf combined with traditional grass and dirt. The 0-2 pitch, swinging a sky-high fly ball, shallow left field. Ahu will range back and make the grab, and there's 2 down.
Man, another big league pop-up there. That was when it looked like it was going to be in the foul ground, and then just the wind blowing towards right field blows it back over the foul line, and Ahu able to make the play. But, I mean, that's one of those ones where you're kind of holding your breath on because you're like, I don't know if he's going to get it, and then he comes up with it, and you're like, all right, I believed it from the start. I knew he was going to get that.
He had to spin around at least once or twice to finally get his bearings on that ball. That'll bring up Kahaku Harrison, who's still hitless in his tenure with the Drifters. Schlede fires towards the plate, the pitch high and inside for ball 1. Currently 0 for 9 with 7 strikeouts to make up for that. Not a great track record. Nobody on, scoreless here, top of the second. Schlede on the mound. The 6'6 righty fires. That's slapped away, foul. Hitting the light pole exactly on the light. I think they build those lights strong enough to withstand that.
And they're pretty sturdy, to a certain extent.
The count's 1-1. Man, I don't say that too much often. It usually hits the pole, but not the actual light itself. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Schlede fires towards the plate. It's taken just in. And the count's 2-1.
Yeah, Harrison hitless so far this year. No RBIs as well. But what he does do to make up for it, knowing the Drifters, 6 walks.
Again, first in the WCL with 76 walks. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, fouled into the glove of Coupland. And the count's 2-2. Schlede searching for his second strikeout today. Started off this ball game striking out Cooper Mullins on 3 pitches. He went down swinging. Infield back here, Schlede. Deep breath, the windup and the pitch. Swing and a weak line drive. That'll 2-hop the left fielder Santiago. And a 2-out base hit for the Drifters.
And that's one of those ones that just gets the job done, right? Kind of just softly served up to the outfield, a little bit off the end of the bat almost, and then just parachutes over Brass at shortstop. And so, it's a 2-out hit, so 2-out production. Now you got Drew Holman coming up. He's got a good chance to hit something to the long part of the yard, and you can just kind of spin Harrison around the diamond.
But with Holman, 8 strikeouts, and currently hitless as well, going 0 for 10. Runner on first for him. The first offering is just outside for ball 1. And it looked like, too, it was off the end of the bat.
Yeah.
Harrison just threw his hands out there and just with a hope and a wish and a dream, he just tried to hit it somewhere, and he was able to find some grass. The 1-0 pitch, just a bit high, and the count's 2-0.
And Harrison, Holman both hitless, but both of them are incoming freshmen. So Harrison's going to go to Rice next year. Holman's going to go to the University of Portland. So, I mean, incoming freshmen, you can't expect too much from them. They're trying to dip in themselves into college ball.
And you see a lot of that. AppleSox have a couple of those guys. Here's a 2-0 comes in. That's swung on and fouled away. Alika Ahu is one of the guys that first come to mind. I mean, he just graduated from Hawaii, now going to Stanford. And there are more AppleSox on the way. I believe there's a total of 4 incoming freshmen on the official roster, but I think only one of them are here so far.
Yeah.
Schlede looks at first. Long pause here, and he'll check back. Walking in safely, though, is Harrison. I like that. Keep him honest.
Exactly.
Keep him honest. He hasn't checked back at all yet in this ball game, so he's got to do it at least once, mix up his looks. Infield back, corners in. Schlede fires towards the plate. The pitch just a bit high, and the count's 3-1. Holman, also a pretty big guy, around, 6'5" at least. 3-1 pitch from Schlede. In there for strike 2. Fastball dotted up the outer plate. So the count's fulled up now. Slight shift in the outfield. Schlede fires towards the plate. The runner goes, swinging a ground ball up the middle, bouncing off the mound, gloving it. Is Brassel fire towards first. Throw just a little bit wide, but they do keep the foot on the bag. And there's the third out. Drifters leave one man on after 1 hit, no errors, and no runs. It's still scoreless as we head into the bottom of the second here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
At Banner Bank, cheering on the AppleSox is just one more way they show their appreciation for the Wenatchee Valley. When it comes to your finances, it's all about how they can help you move forward with truly personal service, smart financial solutions, and being the local expert by your side when it matters most. In fact, Banner Bank has been named one of the 100 best banks in America by Forbes for 10 straight years and one of Newsweek's best regional banks again this year. Stop by your local Wenatchee branch or visit bannerbank.com. Banner Bank member FDIC. Ford is now batting for America. Now they're the official automotive partner for Major League, Minor League, and Little League Baseball. On Saturday, June 20th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Pat Armstrong Ford invites you to a fun meet and greet with the Wenatchee AppleSox. While you mingle with the players and team, Melt Company Gourmet Grilled Cheeses will satisfy your hungries with their cheesy menu of sandwiches and more. See you Saturday, June 20th, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. at Pat Armstrong Ford in East Wenatchee. NCW.News is your source for accurate and intensely local news across North Central Washington. Part of Ward Media, an independent company committed to local journalism, NCW.News provides stories from our network-respected community newspapers. Stay informed with news from the Lake Chelan Mirror, Leavenworth Echo, Cashmere Valley Record, Quad City Herald, and Wenatchee Business Journal. With over 100 years recording the region's history, NCW.News and Ward Media keep communities engaged on the the issues that matter most. Visit ncw.news for local news you can trust.
So the Gonzaga Bulldog, Landon White leads it off here for the AppleSox. Fellow Bulldog Kainoa Santiago right after him, and then Cooper Brass follows it up. Your guaranteed batters here in the bottom of the second, scoreless as well. Gebhardt fires up the plate. That's swung on, and a fly ball to center field. Moving in is Burr. He'll make the grab leisurely, and there's the first out. One pitch, one out.
Very efficient. I'd like to see that.
I like it, too. The AppleSox have a bit of an ambush tactic today. They're just trying to jump on easy fastballs, which, of course, yesterday they struggled and their at-bats. They would just get weak contact, roll over at times, and today they're trying to get the pitch that's going to work best for them. So Kainoa Santiago again from the Gonzaga going into his sophomore year. First offering to him is clipping the outer edge for strike one.
Yeah, a pair of Bulldogs backing each other up in the order. Landon White, then Kainoa Santiago. Landon White, sophomore. Santiago, a freshman. Both young guys, both underclassmen.
And this builds up team chemistry, too, for when they're in that lineup together. The 0-1 swung on and missed off speed, and the count's 0-2. Ryder Young and Joe Thornton, also Gonzaga Bulldogs, on this AppleSox squad. Young not here just yet, but Joe frequents on the mound. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here. And the pitch, high for ball 1.
And you know when the Sox team gets Ryder Young that he's going to be a face in the outfield that I have a good feeling he's going to slug the ball pretty well. He did it with Gonzaga. Like, I mean, coming in after 2 years in JUCO, and he really torched the ball in Spokane. The question is, will he be able to do that in Wenatchee?
Deep breath, and the 1-2 on the way. Taken in the dirt. Ball 2, really disciplined take there by Santiago.
And he's a young guy, Santiago, but he's shown a lot of poise and a lot of... He looks like he has more experience than he does. And he's hitting the ball really well.
Yes.
9 hits so far this year.
Yeah, batting .321 as well. Really good. 2-2 pitch. Way outside. Ball 3 gets away from Holman there. And the count's all filled up. Again, Kainoa, lefty wind blowing out strongly into right field. Wind gusts at 24 miles an hour. The pitch on the way, swinging a hard chopper up the middle. That'll be a base hit. And Santiago with a 1-out single to keep the inning alive for the AppleSox.
And make it 10 hits so far this year for Kainoa. Breaks double digits for the first time this summer.
And the AppleSox 11th in hits in the WCL at 78. And they're all, however, they're 4th last in RBIs with only 43. In comparison, the Drifters are 5th best with 53. Here's Cooper Brass, the shortstop. First offering to him. Breaking balls just above the zone for ball 1.
So it feels like the Sox are very much like the Mariners in a sense. They're, not getting the most production, but their pitching staff is what really makes up for it by just getting them these really close 1-run games.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Man on first base here in the bottom of the second. Check back to first. But Santiago walks in safely. Really good move there by Gebhardt. Fooled me there for a second. Moves up his leg and starts to make a slight movement towards the plate, but then will just fire back quickly with that left arm to check back to first. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and slapped the other way, and the count will be 1-1.
I don't know about you, Jackson, but looking at the cleats for Gebhardt, I think he might be wearing tennis shoes. They're New Balance. That or they're just really unnoticeable, like...
They must be short spikes.
Short spikes. Because, look, watch him pitch. It looks like he's wearing tennis shoes.
It does. Looks like Jordan's in a way.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch here to Brass. Way outside. Ball gets away. Santiago will make a movement towards second and will stroll in safely. A runner in scoring position now with 1 out for the AppleSox.
And now, actually, I'm getting a better look at them. He does have spikes. It looks like they're molds almost.
But they're probably molds.
They're molds, and they look a little bit different than like a traditional cleat. It looks like they're designed like a tennis shoe, but with like the molded cleats on the bottom of them.
So 2-1 the count with a man on second. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 3. And, some colleges, especially more the D1s, and the higher you go, you can customize your gloves, your cleats, even bats at times. You can get a certain color you want. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case for Gebhard. 3-1 the count. And the pitch on the way. In there, center cut. Count fills up at 3-2.
Yeah, a good example of that is Kainoa Santiago, Landon White, Joe Thornton. They have a lot of Gonzaga gear, and they will wear it a lot. You know, maybe sometimes in lieu of their AppleSox stuff. So you'll see like, oh, they got the Gonzaga helmet, they got the Gonzaga bag, they got the Gonzaga shirts and stuff. They get a lot of merch when you're at the D1 level.
Just the perks of being a D1 athlete, right?
Yeah.
Comes the payoff pitch from Gebhard. High ball, 4 and runners at first and second base here for Alika Ahu.
That's the first walk in the night for Gebhard.
The third baseman.
And that's something that, again, we talked about pregame. A lot of walks on, honestly, both sides yesterday. The AppleSox more. In 2 innings of work, Schlede only gave up 1 walk with also only 1 strikeout. But all we're really concerned about is limited walks. First pitch to Ahu is inside for ball 1. Biggest thing is limiting those walks and limiting those errors. Defense has been spot on today. 1-0 from Gebhard. High gets away from Holman, and runners will move up 90 feet. Base hit to the outfield, scores 2 now.
And this inning kind of really getting away from Gebhard. I mean, you give up that single, that walk. That was a bit of a concentration walk there, and a couple of balls that have now gotten past the catcher for Springfield. So now you got 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. This is just not what you want to do if you're Gebhard. You want to be able to bear down and try and get out of this inning.
2-0 the count as well. Ahu can work his count. If the pitch is inside, gets away from the catcher. Coming home, Santiago, and no throw. He'll score. And the AppleSox open up this ball game after a pass ball from Gebhard.
And these are some, they don't go down as errors, but these are just errors from the Drifters, really. A couple pass balls. And, again, concentration, just not really focusing. Holman behind the plate, having a couple balls skip past him. And this is, again, it's concentration. You kind of are doing this to yourself, self-inflicted wounds.
So man on third, 3-0 count with Ahu and only 1 out. Pitch from Gebhard. Guaranteed strike there, counts 3-1. Ahu hitting 188 with 2 RBIs this season, looking to make it 3. Three-one pitch. Swinging a ground ball, broken bat, coming home and scoring will be Cooper Brass. And the AppleSox lead 2-0 after the RBI ground up by Alika Ahu. Again, there's his 3rd RBI.
There it is, RBI number 3 on a broken bat, too. I mean, that shard of the bat, basically a whole half of the barrel flew off and hit off the screen here. That's why you have the screen, so that doesn't happen. I feel like a long time ago in kind of older ballparks, they wouldn't have these, and so you were in real danger of getting a splinter, a bit bigger than a splinter, a large piece of the bat. A shard, yeah.
Matt Torres here, the second baseman, takes the first pitch high for ball 1. And it's good to see the AppleSox didn't score yesterday until the 4th inning. Only picked up 1 run, while the Drifters picked up 6 in their second. The 1-0. Outside, ball 2.
Yeah, it took them until later in that game to kind of wake up in a sense. I mean, that 6-run second inning, when you gave up those 6 runs, I mean, that was the coffee. You kind of smelled it and got a taste of it, and you're like, okay, now I'm awake. But too little, too late when you really get down to it.
We talked about it too. 7 of those runs were all unearned. Off those errors. And today, haven't seen any errors so far. And surprise, it's going pretty well. 2-0 the count here on Torres. The pitch on the way. In there, he was taken all the way, and the count's 2-1.
And you say no errors in today's game. There's this thing called the announcer's jinx. Now that you said it, wouldn't be surprised if someone boots the ball here.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Here comes the pitch from Gebhard. Taken just high, really good take. And the count's 3-1. He wanted it too. His wrist started moving, but he held back just in time.
He was twitching.
3 balls, 1 strike. He's working his count well. And the pitch from Gebhard. Catches the inner half. Torres thought that was ball 4. He'll take a minute to get his composure. And will step back into the batter's box. Count all fulled up for now. Comes the payoff pitch from Gebhardt. Swing and a miss. And that'll be the side. But the AppleSox pick up 2 runs after a pass ball. And then an RBI ground out from Alika Ahu gives him 3 RBIs on the season. The AppleSox leave nobody on. There's no errors. There's 1 hit. And again, 2 runs. It's 2-0 Sox. We head to the top of the 3rd here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Your official radio station for the Wenatchee AppleSox is Sunny FM. KCSY Twist, the greatest hits of all time.
Hop into my Chevy. We're gonna take a ride. We're going down to Easy's Burgers, where the food is dynamite. Easy's Burgers. Easy's Burgers, oh yeah. Fast, friendly, and delicious. They really do it right. Serving up those burgers every day and every night. Big kids, little kids, mom and dad too. Easy's Burgers. Made fresh for you.
Have you ever thought about how much you're on your feet? A comfortable pair of boots can make a real difference. If you've had a hard time finding a good pair of boots, visit Neil's Boots, Shoes and Repair, where you'll find a good selection of Danner boots, including Light 2s, Vicious, and Radical 453s. They also carry Smoke Jumper and Hawthorne white boots. Neil's Boots, Shoes and Repair, 811 South Wenatchee Avenue. Dr. Scott Bibbins Family Dentistry. Friendly professional staff where they take care of all of your dentistry needs. Fillings, cleanings, root canals, crowns and bridges, orthodontic appliance therapy, oral surgery, and dental implants. Complete dentistry for the whole family, where their experienced staff takes pride in offering comfortable care in a relaxed atmosphere and strive to exceed your expectations. Dr. Scott Bibbins Family Dentistry, now at their new home at 445 Mission Street, across from Banner Bank in Wenatchee. The convenient parking off Mission and 5th Street.
AppleSox lead here 2-0 in the top of the 3rd for play-by-play. Here's Smith Sly.
Thank you, Jackson. Schlede's first pitch to Burr is on the top rail for strike 1. You got Burr, Mullins, and Riddle, the 3 guaranteed drifters here in the top half of the 3rd inning. We're still scoreless 0-0 as Schlede comes sets from the stretch with nobody on. Long hold and the pitch. A slider way outside to get him swinging, and that's strike 2.
Really good movement on that slider. Started it probably hard to the plate, and it moved all the way into halfway of the lefty batter's box.
81 miles an hour on that slider, too, so good velocity on it. Hard to keep up with it. Schlede looking for a 3-pitch strikeout to start the inning. Here it is. Outside and just misses for the first ball of the at-bats.
Like that location there, he's trying to tunnel off that slider. And, of course, just a better eye there from Burr to hold back.
1-2 count. The pitch from Schlede. I'll foul this back to the screen. Yeah, Burr out of Bushnell University. The Drifters have quite a few guys out of Bushnell, so clearly a bit of a pipeline there. And obviously the Sox have a bit of a pipeline from, surprise, surprise, Wenatchee Valley College. You wonder why? It's because they play on the Knights' home field here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Still a 1-2 count. The pitch from Schlede. Got him swinging, slider, top rail, and that's how the top of the 3rd kicks off.
2 strikeouts of the ball game for Schlede now. We mentioned it before. Only 1 walk and 2 hits so far. Schlede's having a pretty good outing so far.
He's been very effective. Really tall guy from the mound. 6'6", 230 pounds. Man, a bit of a Clydesdale up there. As he's got his right blinker on, the right flap of his jersey poking out of the belt buckle. And the first pitch to Mullins, man, fastball blew past him. He tried to get a barrel to it and just can't. That's 89 miles an hour off the fingertips of Schlede. Now Schlede set from the AppleSox logo, and the next pitch is another fastball well outside, also at 89 miles an hour.
You know, people who, you watch MLB baseball,
yeah.
You say, 89 might be slow. But that is not true. You just get so used to seeing that in the major leagues. I mean, back in the day.
1-1 pitch, cut on, miss, good breaking ball.
Back in the day, 89-90 was a typical fastball you'd see. And, of course, these guys already showing, they're in their around sophomore, junior years on an average. They're already around 90 miles an hour. With the work and training they get from their coaches and trainers, they're going to be up to mid-90s soon.
1-2 pitch, cut on, missed. Back-to-back swinging strikeouts for Schlede to start the 3rd.
Yeah, 90 top half of the zone. It's going to be hard to get those hands through the ball.
Yeah, velocity climbing for Schlede. And like I said, he's got his right blinker on. The right flap of his jersey has come untucked and is just poking out over the belt buckle. AppleSox wearing their red jerseys with the white pants. Drifters wearing their their away gray jerseys. It's Jalen Riddle now, right-handed batter. He'll foul off the first pitch.
I really liked the Drifters jerseys yesterday.
Yeah.
Like we said, it was kind of like a Hawaiian shirt. It was around a light blue, tealish with a wave design.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly wish they wore that one today.
0-1 count on Riddle. Still scoreless here, top half of the third. 2 outs, and the pitch from Schlede is a slider that he skips in the dirt for ball 1. And you mentioned the velocity, 89, not necessarily the fastest in the MLB, but at the college level, when you're developing and getting older, if you got an 89-mile-an-hour fastball with some good breaking pitches like Schlede does, you are a very competitive pitcher. And as the 1-1 check swing, they'll look down, and he does not go. Field ump Kyle Sisk says he does not break the plane, and it's ball 2.
Riddle did something really smart there after the swing, he kept his hand out there to show on a clear vision, like, hey, I did not go any further past this point and give a clear view for the umpires.
2-1 count. The pitch. It's the fastball that's grounded sharply to Torres at second. He's got it, makes the throw, and that is the inning. 3 up, 3 down, go the Drifters. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and obviously nobody left on base. Still scoreless here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium here on the Wenatchee AppleSox Radio Network.
Let's give a big hand to a proud sponsor of today's game, the Salcedo Group of Companies. Celebrating 25 years of serving our valley, Salcedo does it all, from top-tier HVAC and electrical expertise to major local development. Today, they're proving their philanthropic heart by supporting over 70 local organizations across Chelan, Douglas, and Grant counties, including our very own Wenatchee AppleSox. Locally grown and deeply committed, Salcedo continues to invest in everything that makes our valley home. Thank you, Salcedo Group of Companies.
Hit a home run with LocalTel Communications. For over 40 years, we've been Central Washington's trusted telecom provider, delivering fast internet and reliable phone service. Whether you're streaming the big game, video chatting with loved ones, or running your business smoothly, LocalTel has you covered. Join the LocalTel family today and enjoy the best connectivity in the region. Visit us at localtel.com to learn more.
Summer starts with membership at the Rack. Pack your calendar with camp, rack, swim, and tennis lessons, summer swim team, indoor and outdoor pickleball, tennis tournaments, play programs, and so much more. It is so easy and fun for the whole family to stay active and fit all summer long when you join the Rack. Summer classes and camps are filling fast, so don't delay. Call the Rack today. That's Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club, or use the Rack app for program registration. See all the details at rack.org or call 662-3544. The Rack, where we play every day.
Center fielder, number 4, Jonah.
2-0 your score here from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Jonah Shields is going to lead things off for the AppleSox. The top of the order, Jonah Shields, Makai McGarry, and then Nikko Paoletto, your 3 guaranteed Sox, bottom half of the third inning. As the pitch from Gebhard is way inside, almost hit off the top of the back foot of Shields, and that's ball 1. Now Shields 0 for 1 today, flew out to right field back in the first in his second at-bat of the ball game. I have to correct myself. It's a 2-0 score here. When we were coming out of the top half of the third, I said it was scoreless as the next pitch is in there for a strike. I just forgot that they scored 2 runs in the second.
Yeah, pass ball, then an RBI ground out.
Yeah.
From our guy Alika Ahu.
1-1 count to Shields. Gebhard from the stretch, the breath, and the pitch. And that's a change-up away, and Shields chases it for strike 2.
Really nice day at the ballpark. Big turnout here.
Yeah.
But again, just that pesky wind.
Exactly. Pride night tonight at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. 1-2 count, and the pitch from Gebhard. Swung on, missed. Another changeup, and again, Shields chases it.
Now batting.
That's strikeout number 1 for Gebhard tonight, the lefty, who was starting in the field last night and is now starting on the mound. Left-hander, utility, definition of a utility man. Playing a lot of different positions, wearing a lot of different hats, including the Drifters one that he wears. It's a gray Drifters hat. Gray Drifters hat to go with the gray uniforms. And the next pitch to McGarry is well inside. Almost clipped him on the tricep, and that's ball one.
And their hats kind of remind me of a Dodgers hat. It's like an alternate Dodgers hat because it's a white D, and then a blue bill, of course, like you said, and then gray on the overall color of the cap.
1-0 pitch to McGarry. He'll send this high to right center field, tailing, drifting. Tyner is there, and he'll make the catch, fighting the sun at the warning track. That's out number 2.
Yeah, fans got excited there, and honestly, so did I, as I saw Tyner keep on drifting back to the wall. The wind was clearly pushing that ball, but unfortunately could not get the outcome they wanted. But it's clearly showing right now, early, that outcome could be soon to come.
Yeah, I mean, anything hitting the air to right field is going to blow out. You can see the American flag in straightaway center field blowing, I mean, almost completely, firmly towards right field. The first pitch to Paoletto is yanked inside for a ball. Typically the flags kind of fly a little bit limp there, but for much of this game, we've been able to see all 50 stars, all 13 stripes. So 1-0 count to Paoletto. Pitch from Gebhard. And he'll send this high. Right field, Tyner drifting over to his left, right in front of the track, and that ball is gone! Oh, wow, what did we tell you? The wind tunnel carries it out. Paoletto, his first of the year.
What did I say? I knew it was bound to happen, and just like that, Nikko Paoletto proves us right. Smith, his first homer of the year, and man, his 8th RBI as well.
And the Sox are hype as they welcome Paoletto into the dugout, his first home run of the year. And again, like we said, it was a right-handed batter going oppo, high in the air to right field. It'll blow out. I mean, wow, that ball looked like it was going to hang up for the last out of the inning. It's a two-out home run, solo shot for Paoletto.
Yeah, honestly, off the bat, too, I thought it was a routine pop fly to right field. Bit of a discussion here with the umpires as well. But anyways, I thought it was routine pop fly out to right field, and then it just kept on drifting, and it just snuck over that back wall.
Yeah, it drifts out on the drifters. See what you're doing there?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. It's Joe Kupla now. He is the other member of the Sox lineup who has a home run. It's only 2 home runs for the Sox total on the year. And here's the pitch to Kupla. That's well high. That's a ball. And Kupla hit that other home run in Edmonton in the first game of the season in Canada. He's got a 1-0 count, nobody on. 2 outs and a 3-0 AppleSox lead. Gebhard's pitch. Fastball. Inside, strike 1. That was 85 miles an hour from Gebhard. Not the most velocity, but he's making it work.
You mentioned earlier, this is the first home run at the home Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, exactly. Home crowd.
Here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat, hits off of Holman behind the plate, and that's strike 2. So a 1-2 count to Kupla doing the catching today. 8 hits, 8 RBIs, 6 walks drawn. He's only struck out 3 times. He's played quite a few games, and he's only struck out 3 times. That shows you a pretty good approach at the plate. Here's the 1-2 to Kupla. Slider dropped in, got him looking for strike 3. So that's how the bottom half of the third comes to a close. The AppleSox do get 1 run on that Paoletto solo shot. They get no errors and nobody left on base. So 3-0 your score here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Sox continue to extend their lead, and Schlede back out for another inning of work. And you'll hear it all on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Since 1977, Hagelin's Trophies has provided North Central Washington with the best in awards. Capture those special memories with a trophy, plaque, or award from Hagelin's Trophies. They also engrave name badges, desk and wall signs, and can customize your badges, signs, and awards with your logo on their laser engraving system. If you need promotional items, they can help there too. Hagelin's Trophies, 123 North Chelan and Wenatchee, and at Hagelin'sTrophies.com.
Discover what premier senior living is all about at Blossom Valley Assisted Living and Blossom Creek Memory Care in beautiful Wenatchee. Blossom Valley Assisted Living and Blossom Creek Memory Care communities provide seniors with a stress-free style of living that enhances the mind, body, and spirit. There's always so much going on, from shopping trips to gardening to fitness activities. Plus, you can enjoy peace of mind knowing that trained care staff are present 24/7. Schedule a private tour experience at Blossom Valley and Blossom Creek.
AppleSox fans, if a foul ball leaves your car with a rock chip or broken windshield, take it to Discount Auto Glass. Locally owned, Discount Auto Glass specializes in rock chip repair, windshield replacement, mobile service, window tinting, and calibration service on all makes and models. Get your rock chip repaired at Discount Auto Glass, 888-0072 and at 901 Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee, across from 7-Eleven.
Contact Lipke Insurance for your home, auto, life, health, business, and farm insurance. Here before you need us. Peace of mind delivered online at lipke.com. Well, Nikko Paoletto just was able to loft a ball into right field, and the wind did the rest. A solo shot in the third to make it 3-0 for the AppleSox. And the first pitch to Miller is cut on and missed for a strike to start the at-bats.
And we were talking about it, Smith, off air, that it's just traditional, middle of the outfield, nice pop fly, but just with the wind, it just got just enough height on it to push it out.
Here's the 0-1. Oh, man, center cut strike for second strike of the at-bat, and Miller knew it.
Searching for his fourth strikeout here.
He's got he's got 2 so far today. Oh, no, he does have 3. Here's the 0-2 to Miller. And he'll just slap this foul to stay alive.
Yeah, strikeouts to start this ball game over Mullins, and then also struck out Mullins in the third, and then rounded it off with a Brody Burr strikeout also in that top of the third.
Schlede, 0-2 count on Miller. Gets his sign, will come set. Long hold, he lifts and fires. Inside check swing does not go. They'll check down to the field ump, and he agrees with the home plate umpire, and that's ball 1.
It's a good location, though, on that pitch, just anyways. It was just a hair below the zone.
And Miller, Oregon native out of Eugene, playing at the University of Portland. Here's the 1-2. Dotted up, outside edge, strike 3. Wow, what a pitch from Schlede.
Fourth today, his first backwards K of the ball game. Schlede's on a roll.
And AppleSox fans are 1 strikeout away from free Sox. So here at the ballpark, Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, when the AppleSox get 5 strikeouts as a team, they will toss free Sox out into the stands from the press box here. And the first pitch to Tyner is a breaking ball that just eludes the zone for ball 1. Now Tyner. He's a sophomore, and he's also from Eugene, Oregon. 5'8", 165 pounds. Bats lefty, throws righty. Here's a pitch from Schlede, and that's cut back to the fence for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and nobody on. It's still 3-0. AppleSox on top. Now Tyner out of Lane Community College. And he played with the Marionberries last summer. Here's the 1-1 to him. Oh, man, dropped onto the inside edge. That's strike 2.
Really liked that there. That moved across the whole entire plate.
Schlede looking for strikeout number 5 on his outing. Getting the start today for the Sox. The 1-2 to Tyner. Here it is. And he will slap this the opposite way, drifting towards the line. It drops fair. Tyner's around first. He's going to try to get to second. The throw will never arrive, and that's a stand-up double for Tyner with 1 out here in the 4th.
That win, I know we keep on talking about it. That's another key player in this ball game that will continue to be that. It caused that ball to die so quickly. It got suspended midair, and then it got a little bit of a gust of wind and just got pushed down. Granted, I don't know if Santiago could get there, but it made the play a for sure hit.
And that's one where it's a lefty batter shooting the opposite way. It typically would tail probably past the foul line and foul, but the wind blowing towards right field kind of pushed it back into play. This is Rylan Detzler now up for the Drifters. The first pitch to him is a fastball right down Main Street for a strike. And Detzler's 0 for 1 today, grounded out to White at first base back in the 2nd. And he's got a runner in scoring position. And that's Tyner after that double a few moments ago. Schlede checks to second. From the stretch, the pitch. And he grounds this to the right side. Ahu at third. He's got it. Checks the runner back. Throws to first, and they got the out. Man, what a play there from Ahu.
And that's good to see right there, showing him bouncing back from last night. Because that was a pretty bad hop. It hit the lip, and he got around 2 or 3 of those last night. Unfortunately, he had 2 errors last night. But it shows that He learned from that. He learned the hops here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, and he's not going to let a bad night stop him.
That's kind of essential for an infielder, is to get familiar with a field and just kind of learn its idiosyncrasies, and just try and get used to it. Because now it's Colton Perez, the pitch to him. That is inside. That's ball one. And we talked about Gebhard starting today for the Drifters. Perez was the starter last night, another utility guy. So he was the starting pitcher. Now he's batting as a DH tonight. So a lot of different roles for him. And the 1-0 count to him. Here's the pitch. And he will chop this through his legs. Foul. So 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth. It's 3-0 AppleSox leading. Perez at the plate. He's got a 1-1 count with a runner scoring position. That's Tyner, who had a double just a little bit ago. And Schlede wants to strand him there. The 1-1 offering from Schlede. Well inside. Jackknifes Perez away, and that's ball two. Two-one count. Schlede wants to get out of this inning and strand a man there at second. The pitch. Well inside, skipped, and it hits off the body of Coupland, gets away from him, and that will move Tyner into third.
First pass ball for the AppleSox today, and honestly, in a while. Their catchers, Kainoa Santiago last night and then Coupland tonight have been really solid behind the plate. And those are going to come every once in a while. It's guaranteed.
As now Coupland's talking to the home plate umpire, Henry De Jesus, and they'll bring in the field ump, Kyle Sisk, and all three of them are talking here just to the third base side of home plates. So it's Quincy Vassar giving his 2 cents from the dugouts. And yeah, we're not sure what exactly they're talking about here, what the argument is. But hey, while they're taking a second to pause, hey, let's stop and thank Buddy's Home Furnishings. Buddy's Home Furnishings has furniture, home electronics, appliances, and computers to suit any home. Whether you're looking for sleek and modern or classic and cozy, Buddy's has furniture for every room that we know you'll love. With our flexible payment options and free delivery and setup, you'll be glad that you went with Buddy's. As now they will finally break up the meeting. It looks like it might have been an equipment malfunction for Coupland, something with his glove potentially. And they sort it out, and now everyone will return to their spots. Perez still awaiting his 3-1 offering. Runner on third. That's Tyner. He advanced on that pass ball. Schlede. The pitch. That's fouled off the hands and straight back for a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, it's 3-0 here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Sox on top. Paoletto extended the lead back in the third with that solo home run to right field. And Schlede, the payoff pitch. That's fouled off straight over the third base stands and into the parking lot.
And, of course, if you miss any highlights like that, make sure to check out the Wenatchee AppleSox YouTube channel. All the scoring highlights and amazing plays are posted on there after the game the next day.
3-2 count still to Perez. Schlede wanting to strand a runner. Takes a breath. Here's the pitch. Top shelf. That's ball 4.
Only second walk today for Schlede. We're to his 4 strikeouts.
Well, now it's Gaku Harrison, the starting shortstop for the Drifters. And here comes Quincy Vassar, the pitching coach. And it looks like there's a man in the AppleSox bullpen that's coming in to pitch. And he's going to hand the rock off. And that's it for Felix Schlede. And he goes 3 2/3 innings. And no runs thus far. That his runner there at third could come across the score depending on what happens here. But we're going to step aside here and get you and figure out who this new pitcher is for the AppleSox here on the Wenatchee AppleSox Radio Network.
Come experience the Tap Room by Hellbent Brewing at Pybus Public Market, your family-friendly destination for exceptional craft beer, great food, and a welcoming atmosphere. With 20 rotating taps featuring Hellbent craft brews and local ciders, plus a full bar and local wine list, there's something for everyone. Their chef-driven seasonal menu showcases the freshest local ingredients with bold American and Pan-Asian flavors in every dish. Open daily, visit the Tap Room by Hellbent Brewing and embark on a flavor-filled journey right in the heart of the Wenatchee Valley.
Link Transit is your free, clean, and safe ride to where you need to go. Whether you need to go to work, school, run errands, or taking a day trip to Leavenworth or Chelan, Link can take you there. Save gas and don't worry about parking. Plan your trip with Google Maps, Apple Maps, or the Transit app. Skip the fuss. Take the bus with Link Transit. NCW.news is your source for accurate and intensely local news across North Central Washington. Part of Ward Media, an independent company committed to local journalism, NCW.news provides stories from our network-respected community newspapers. Stay informed with news from the Lake Chelan Mirror, Leavenworth Echo, Cashmere Valley Record, Quad City Herald, and Wenatchee Business Journal. With over 100 years recording the region's history, NCW.news and Ward Media keep communities engaged on the issues that matter most. Visit ncw.news for local news you can trust.
Embark on your next RV adventure at 12 Tribes Lake Chelan Casino. Full hookups, lakeside views, and gaming just steps away. Reserve your perfect spot today at ColvilleCasinos.com. 12 Tribes, Colville Casinos. Far from the ordinary, close to the adventure. So the day is done for Felix Schlede. He'll take a seat and hand it off to Jacob Gabler, the right-hander from Edmonds, Washington, 6'6". He's a guy who's really bounced around in college baseball. He started at Washington State University, go Cougs, did 2 years there, and then made the move to Bellevue Community College, and then now, this past spring, played with Texas Arlington, University of Texas Arlington. Made 9 appearances there, all in relief, as he'll be facing off against Kahaku Harrison, the first batter he'll face in relief. Right-handed bats. With a runner on third base, that's Tyner, and a runner on first, that's Perez with that walk. And the first pitch to Harrison is on the upper outside corner for a strike.
And a newcomer to the Sox as well. He just came in yesterday.
And so he's just now getting some usage with Wenatchee. Thrown into the fire, thrown into the deep end. Let's see how he handles it. 0-1 count on Harrison. Gabler, the pitch. That's check swing. He'll send this softly to Landon White at first. He's got it and stomps on the bag to end the inning. Drifters get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left out on the base path. Still 3-0. AppleSox leading here, moving into the bottom half of the 4th inning here on the Wenatchee AppleSox Radio Network.
Hey, AppleSox fans, let's talk about community. Today's broadcast is proudly sponsored in part by the Salcedo Group of Companies, now celebrating 25 years of HVAC, electrical, and high-scale development excellence right here in the Valley. But Salcedo is more than business. They actively back over 70 regional schools, nonprofits, and teams. From global philanthropy to the home turf, Salcedo is proud to be locally grown and dedicated to our community. Thank you for investing in our valley. Salcedo Group of Companies.
Your teenage years are full of unknowns. Your bank shouldn't be one of them. With People's Bank Teen Access Checking, account holders can build healthy money habits while learning to manage their spending. There are no monthly service charges, no balance requirements, and if the parent or guardian has an existing People's Bank account, adding Teen Access takes less than 10 minutes. You know your teen, we know banking. Teen Access Checking from People's Bank. Easy for them, easier for you. Member FDIC.
Hi folks, Kelly Herschel from Valley Tractor and Rentals, your one-stop Kubota shop. Kubota and Valley Tractor is keeping it simple. You want the best-selling compact tractor? Buy a Kubota. You want the best-selling compact excavator? Buy a Kubota. You want the best-selling compact skid steer? Buy a Kubota. You want the best-selling diesel zero-turn mower? Buy a Kubota. You want the best? Buy a Kubota. Kubota and Valley Tractor since 1948, Baker Flats, East Wenatchee.
And Gebhard still on the mound for the Drifters, and his first pitch to Landon White is a breaking ball that just misses low. That's ball 1 to start the at-bats. And Landon White 0 for 1 today. Flew out to dead center back in the second. And the 1-0 pitch to him is well inside. Man, just kind of gave a close shave on the Evo shield, and that's ball 2.
Yeah, nearly grazed him there. I'm surprised he didn't do a little bit of a lean into that one.
He was standing his ground, making sure that, hey, if it does come inside, it does hit me. Here's 2-0 from Gebhard. And he'll hit this sharply over to Harrison at short, and he can't make a play on it. Hits off the backhand of his glove, and not sure if that's going to be a hit or an error. And as Landon White's on first base nonetheless.
Coming to the plate, the left fielder.
Yeah, talking to our scorekeeper here, we will rule it as an error. Again, tough play there, though, working to his right, trying to get that backhand. But I think he honestly, if he took an extra step, he could have rounded it out fully rather than leisurely try and go for the backhand.
And Paul Thomas Senior Stadium makes the routine plays look hard. It's Kainoa Santiago up to bat, and the first pitch from Gebhardt is a slider that he drops in for strike one. And 72 miles an hour on that breaking ball. Probably more of a curve when you really get down to it, kind of more 12-6 on the movement for it. One runner on for Santiago, Landon White at first. He reached via that error just a few seconds ago. Gebhardt, he'll pick off to first. Good move, but Landon White's back in standing, so he's not fooled in the slightest. And Santiago, 5'11", 170 pounds. A lefty who can really poke it to right field when he wants to. Here's a pitch. And he'll chop this foul right to the Drifters' dugouts.
They really want to see Kainoa go yard here. And he's a guy who, in BP, is always smacking it over the right field wall, and they know it's bound to come. He's definitely due.
And Paoletto already has a home run tonight. Righty batter who went opposite field. Apotaco solo shots. And here's the 0-2 to Santiago. And another breaking ball, and he fouls it through his legs to stay alive. And kind of not what you're expecting. The righty batter to go yard for the first time in Paul Thomas, and not a lefty.
Yeah.
But very bizarre. 0-2 count on Santiago. Gebhardt looking for a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Wow! Inside chin music, and it spins Santiago to the ground. Man, you want to talk about buzzing the tower. Oof.
Yeah, that's two near hit by pitches. First with White, and then now with Kainoa.
So it's a 1-2 count now to Santiago. Gebhardt, the pitch. That's a curveball that Santiago spoils and fouls off.
I like that, though, that you could really see him recognizing that pitch early, getting his foot down and waiting on the ball. He's on to something here.
Santiago 1 for 1 tonight. Singled and came around to score. He wants to go 2 for 2. And Gebhardt's going to check over to first base. Bit of a more apparent move that time. That was his B move, as we might say, not the A move.
What's the C move?
I think the C move was just a balk at that point. I think that's just,
fair enough.
It's just a balk. 1-2 count on Kainoa. Santiago. Gebhardt's pitch. And he hits this high. Hits it deep. Right field. Watch it go. Gone. Wow. Santiago, he was due, and he finally gets it. First home run as an AppleSox, the second tonight. It's 5-0 in Wenatchee.
Just like BP, he got all of that ball, lifted up high out to right. The wind took it, but honestly, even without the wind, that ball's gone.
Man, that was about a mile high to right field. And that's why if you hit it high enough to right field, you could,
it's going to go.
You could bunt it in the air and it will carry out. Like, really, that's all you got to do. And he does it right there. And that's it for Gebhardt. Man, Santiago hits the knockout punch to remove Gebhardt from this game. It's 5-0 in the bottom half of the fourth inning. And the Drifters call into the bullpen. So we'll step aside and figure out who this new pitcher is on the Wenatchee AppleSox Radio Network.
Hey, it's Stacy with the Floor Factory, is Flooring America. Whether you're looking for a small project or a large one, from special order options to our large selection of in-stock, we can help you. From the latest color and style trends or to more of a classic style, we can help you. Carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl, laminate, and even sheet vinyl. Come check out our newly updated showroom and our last chance bargain basement. They're great for do-it-yourself, or we have professional installation available too at 13 South Wenatchee Avenue. It's where friends send friends to the Floor Factory.
Looking for a quality used Euro car? Visit Wenatchee Euro Import Auto Sales in East Wenatchee by the airport. Locally owned with vehicles fully inspected, serviced, and reconditioned by Eric's European and Asian Auto Repair. Don't buy a mystery car from another sales lot when you can buy with confidence from the team at Wenatchee Euro Import Auto Sales, next to Eric's Euro and Wenatchee Rental Cars. Check out their inventory at WenatcheeEuro.com or call 509-888-7697.
Foster parents provide the safety, love, and nurturing every child deserves. Many kids are just looking for someone to talk to have fun with, to share their life with. Interested in being a foster parent? Call K Connections at 888-2006. That's 888-2006. K Connections, enhancing the lives of those they serve at 2121 North Wenatchee Avenue.
Day is done for Aiden Gebhardt. He gets knocked out of this game after Kainoa Santiago hit a mile-high home run to straightaway to right field to make it 5-0. And now the Drifters are going to bring in Blake Stravos, the right-hander, 5'9", 170 pounds, senior out of Eugene, Oregon, who's currently at Bushnell. He's played 4 years there, so very loyal in college baseball, and also very loyal to his summer team, the Drifters. He's played 3 straight seasons with Springfield, 2023, 2024, 2025, and now 2026. So 4 straight summers for Stramos in Springfield. And now he's going to be facing Cooper Brass, the first batter he'll face in relief. And man, Brass has a real tough act to follow after that 2-run shot by Santiago.
Yeah, AppleSox have all the momentum right now. They're looking to ride that here with no outs.
And Cooper Brass, right-handed batter, one player of the game back in that Kamloops series at one point. Stravos set, and the pitch is well inside, kind of in his kitchen, and that's ball 1. Man, I mean, I'm still admiring that Santiago home run. I think it's still going. I think it's still
It was a moonshot.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0, and that is just too low and just too inside for a ball.
And this is what yesterday should have looked like.
Yeah.
I mean, commanding AppleSox lead right now.
2-0 count. The pitch to Brass. And misses inside for ball 3. And the AppleSox, what they do best is really like tallying runs throughout the game. Not all, they don't necessarily have like big innings per se. So 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third, now 2 here in the fourth. Still no outs. And the 3-0 pitch. And that's center cut. That's strike 1. Yeah, Stravos, older guy. He's a senior. Played a lot of college ball. Now with Springfield this summer. In his 4th season as a Drifter, 3-1. Brass kind of chops this softly to Mullins at third. He throws across the diamond, and it drops right to the glove of Miller for the out.
Hoping for one of those bad Paul Thomas hops right there.
Yeah.
Hopefully get by Mullins, but Mullins was not fooled. Set his feet, and really good throw to first.
Yeah, this Paul Thomas field here with the grass and dirt hybrid, kind of the MLB-style field with the dirt mound, it can really create some trials and tribulations for teams that haven't played here all that much. It's the first pitch to Ahu. He will line this to right field, but right at Tyner, and he makes the play for out number 2. And, you know, it was really eating up the Sox last night, and there was a play earlier in this inning to Harrison at short where he couldn't make a play on it. Maybe a bit of a bad hop, maybe hit off the lip a little bit, but just kicked off the backhand of his glove. Now it's Matt Torres batting in the 9-hole here, but obviously, yeah, this field can create a lot of problems for fielders, specifically in the infield. And Stravos, 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch to Torres just falls underneath the bottom of the strike zone. That's ball 1.
And you'll notice, too, that the outfield always has somewhat of a shift. The center fielder is always playing more to his left than usual.
And the 1-0 pitch, wow, hits Torres right on the right arm. So he's a right-handed batter, so when he turns back to let it hit him on the back, that hit him on the right arm. That means that it would have just missed behind him, but just clips him on the arm, and that is a 2-out hit by pitch to put Torres on.
He really lost that ball there. Oh, man. Stravos definitely wants to get that one back.
Yeah. Now flips over the lineup card for Jonas Shields, getting his second at-bat tonight. He flew out in the first, struck out looking in the third, now he's into his third at-bat of action. Stravos worked himself a quick 2 outs and now has a runner on. Here's the pitch to Shields, and he will lift this high in the infield. Harrison, the shortstop, comes in a few steps, really running, and he can't make the catch. Oh, my goodness. Wow. back-to-back errors for Harrison at short, and that's going to put 2 runners on.
And honestly, I'm not mad. If I'm the Springfield Drifters, I'm not mad at Harrison for that. I mean, that one took him all the way out into shallow left field and then brought him all the way in front of second base. But an even better play by Matt Torres to stay on second base the whole entire time. He knew. He's like, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to stay and wait it out. And what a play by him, because now, with that, you got runners at first and second, and the inning's still alive.
And 2 runners on for Kai McGarry with 2 outs, and the first pitch to him. He lines this to right center field, and that's going to score a run. Torres rounds third. He'll score easily. 6-0. Clutch RBI single with 2 outs for Kai McGarry.
The Sox are hot. They are locked in right now. They're taking advantage of errors and all the free passes they're getting lately, and they're learning from what their mistakes were yesterday.
And, you know, this team, you could tell that they did not think that yesterday was indicative of what kind of squad they knew that was the anomaly, the anomaly, not the norm.
Yes.
Right? So you come into today, and now you put up 6 runs going here in the 4th inning. You know, you have a chance to really kind of punch the Drifters in the mouth. And the first pitch to Paoletto is a slider that just clips the outside edge for a strike.
And it's really important today, too, if the AppleSox get a win, as Nanaimo took first place in the standings yesterday with the AppleSox loss.
0-1 pitch to Paoletto. Inside, got him on the butt cheek. Man, 2 hit-by pitches already for Stravos in relief, and he is really struggling here. He got a quick 2 outs, and now the inning has really slipped away from him.
Yeah, and there's nobody in Springfield's bullpen either. I mean, they have full faith in Stravos, but right now our early signs aren't looking too good for him.
Well, we'll bring up Joseph Kuplin with the bases loaded, 2 outs here in the 4th, and the first pitch to him. And we'll chop this to the right side, and that is gloved by Miller at first. Flips to first, and Stravos was covering to step on the bag and get the out to end the inning. But man, the AppleSox really strike here in the 4th. They get 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and leave 3 men stranded on base. 6-0, the AppleSox lead. I mean, really great inning with capped off, or really highlighted by a Kainoa Santiago 2-run home run, as they're going to do their mustard and catch-up race here. We're going into the 5th inning. So fans, take your guess. Is it going to be catch-up, or is it going to be mustard who win? And we'll figure out when we come back here on the Wenatchee AppleSox Radio Network.
The Loop Trail Cafe wish the AppleSox the best of success this season. Locally owned, the Loop Trail Cafe has a great menu for breakfast and lunch. Start your morning off with the local famous zombie or breakfast burrito and a cup of coffee or tea. During the hot summer, you'll find ice cream cones. Get a scoop on the Loop. The Loop Trail Cafe, across from the splash pad in the Riverfront Center building at 1 5th Street, Suite 160 in Wenatchee.
Slide into summer fun at Slidewaters Lake Chelan, your one-stop vacation paradise. With 11 fun-filled water slides. Cruise down the downhill racer. Bolt down their tube classic Thunder Rapids with just you on your tube or a party up to 4. Plunge down the completely enclosed Purple Haze. Or float down the lazy river. Slidewaters Lake Chelan. For all the fun adventures, go to slidewaters.com.
Getting bored with the white walls in your house? Let Exterior Solutions and Alexandria Moldings brighten up your interior. Available in various sizes, Alexandria Moldings lends to great project ideas. Use them to build up beautiful moldings, design wall and ceiling panels, and practical shelves. They can also revive your staircases to their natural shine. Exterior Solutions can help you find just what you need. Alexandria Moldings at Exterior Solutions, 151st Street Southeast in East Wenatchee.
And that's the catcher, Drew Holman, leading off for the Drifters here in the top half of the 5th inning. He goes after the first pitch for a strike. Now it's an 0-1 count. Gabler. Here's a pitch. And this will be lifted high into shallow center field. And calling him off, Santiago makes the catch, and that's out number 1. And on play-by-play for this inning, it will be Jackson Dodd.
Thank you, Smith. And, of course, you mentioned before break, ketchup and mustard race. First off, quick little drum roll, please. It was our friend Mustard.
It was a blowout.
It was a blowout. It was, Ketchup was a little too cocky to start it off.
Yeah.
And Mustard just blew through. What a guy. I think, honestly, we got to have them up on the call sometime.
At some point, yeah.
I really think we should.
Have a post-game interview with them?
I mean, they're elite athletes. Those guys.
Oh, man.
Commendable. Here's Brody Burrs. He struck out in the third. First offering him is slapped away foul into the basketball court past right field. And the count's 0-1. Gabler fills in for Schlede, who tossed 3 2/3 with 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Quite a day for him. The 1 offering bunt shown, pulled back, but it's a called strike, and the count's 0-2. And sometimes, especially in the summer ball, and this is also Schlede's first day, they'll have early pitch counts, and then they'll warm them up and get them more innings and more pitches as the season transpires. The 0-2 on the way. Check swing, he did not go, and they'll say it's just downstairs, 1-2. But I believe that was the case today. Is of course Schlede had no signs of stopping.
Yeah.
But you got to understand is your college is your first priority, and you got to listen to your college coaches. And of course, the AppleSox know that. That's why we have such a big bullpen. As the 1-2 comes in, strike 3 called, inner half fastball, and that'll put him away. That's 5 strikeouts today.
Yeah, 5 strikeouts, first of the night for Gabler. I mean, yeah, the fans here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium get some free socks.
Especially with this wind,
yeah.
They could use that.
Yeah.
This extra covering right there. Top of the order now. Here's Cooper Mullins. He's 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. Gabler looks down and fires towards the plate. The pitch swung on and chopped back into his own hip. And the count's 0-1. So far, a quick inning as a 2-pitch at-bat for Drew Holman, who popped up to the shortstop, and then a strikeout by Brody Burr. AppleSox lead 6-0. As a slider drops in there for strike 2.
And Mullins is a guy who's been really loyal to Springfield. He's played the past 3 summers, now into his 4th summer of action with the Drifters.
And also with Michigan as well. 3 years all at Michigan. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch from Gabler. Swung on and fouled back, and the count will stay 0-2.
And one thing to note, too, is that Mullins has played the past 3 summers with Springfield, played more than 15 games every single season, and he's never once batted below 200, so very consistent.
Consistent guy. No wonder he's always there.
Yeah.
The 0-2 pitch from Gabler. Just low for ball 1. Nice spot there, but it will miss below the knees. Sun's starting to die down here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium with shadows casting across. The next offering, strike 3 called. 6 total strikeouts today, and the second for Jacob Gabler retire the side. They go 3 up, 3 down. Of course, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no men left on base. Still Sox 6-0 as we head down into the bottom of the 5th here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Come celebrate Independence Day at the 12 Tribes Colville Casinos with our Independence Day hot seats. From noon to 4 p.m. July 4th, every hot seat player will have a chance to win up to $1,000. Play your favorite game for your chance to hear your name called for a hot seat and be one of 15 guaranteed winners walking away with $1,000. Don't miss the Independence Day hot seats July 4th at all 12 Tribes Colville Casino locations. Cooley Dam, Lakeshore, and Omac. 12 Tribes Colville Casinos. Far from the ordinary, close to the adventure. Gambling problem? Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-522-4700.
I have come to the conclusion that one useless man is called a disgrace, that 2 are called a law firm, and that 3 or more become a Congress. And by God, I have had this Congress.
250 years ago, the spark was lit, and a new America was forged in the flames. From the Numerica Performing Arts Center and Jamie Donegan Productions, Hot August Nights features Tony Award-winning musical 1776. July 31st through August 15th at the Numerica Pack. Tickets for 1776 now on sale at numericapack.org.
Mission Ridge, proud sponsor of AppleSox Baseball, says, let's go, Sox. Hope you're enjoying the game. Head up to the Chair 5 Pub at Mission Ridge. Open Fridays through Sundays all summer long. It's your spot for great food, local drinks, and unbeatable mountain views high above the valley. Whether you're wrapping up a day on the trails, looking to cool off from the summer heat, or just want a relaxed place to hang out with friends and family, the Chair 5 Pub delivers. Keep the good times rolling after the final inning. Visit missionridge.com to learn more.
So Landon White leads it off here in the bottom of the 5th. You may recognize his name. He started off that last bottom of the 4th, reaching on an error, and with that, he got a 3-run inning started as he swings and lines one to right center field. That'll go over the head of Burr. He rounds first, digs for second, and just like that, a stand-up double on the first pitch to start off this 5th.
Man, Landon White really needed that. He only had 1 hit coming into today's game. Now he's got his 2nd, and he's 1 for 2 on the evening.
He's absolutely locked in so far, and here we go. His Gonzaga brother, Kainoa Santiago. You may recognize his name from last inning after a 2-run shot to right field. Put the AppleSox up 5-0 again, now 6-0 after an RBI single by Kaima Gary finished the inning scoring. So man on second, no outs here for Santiago. The first pitch to him was outside for ball 1.
And you know the Drifters are kind of shivering in their timbers when they see Kainoa Santiago at the plate. Again, he just kind of poked that as high as he could, and the wind did the rest.
Mm-hmm. And right now, player of the game battles between Nikko and Kainoa here. Next pitch outside for ball 2.
And the common denominator is they both have a long ball tonight.
Exactly. And both with a single as well.
Yeah.
Maybe if Santiago gets a hit by pitch here, they'll be the exact same as Paoletto was hit in his last AB right in the ribs. The 2-0 pitch. Good take there, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes here, no outs, man on second base in the bottom of the 5th. Jackson Dodd-Smith, Sly, happy to have you. We have one more game tomorrow at 6:35. It's Hispanic Heritage tonight versus the Drifters as well. Next pitch below the knees, ball 4. And men are at first and second base for Cooper Brass.
Man, it's not a hit by pitch, but it's a walk. You know,
so same result.
Same results.
Yeah. And then after Thursday, of course, the AppleSox head to Nanaimo for a 3-game series, and then we'll come back an off day on the 15th, and then a 6-game homestand. It'll be Edmonton, and then Nanaimo comes at home. We'll have a short mound visit here, and with that, we'd like to say a couple thank yous. I'd like to thank Banner Bank. We're excited to cheer on the Wenatchee AppleSox at home and away games. Banner Bank, member FDIC. We're huge fans of local sports in the community and proud to support AppleSox baseball. We hope to see you soon in the ballpark. Banner Bank, member FDIC. Also like to thank People's Bank. People Bank wants to help you buy your dream home. From buying the land to building the house, local lenders and local decisions. Welcome home. Welcome to People's Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. So a quick little break there, and the Sox will finally come back in. Again, Cooper Brass takes it up with runners at first and second base. Both Zags on the base pass in the first offering to Brass. He puts the butt down, but it's just foul down the third base line. That'll be 0-1 on him.
He was running out of the box kind of as he was hitting it, too. So, I mean, really trying to use his speed to his advantage. Brass is a quick guy, so if he can get one down the third base line, he can beat out the throw to first and possibly everyone be safe.
And that's something that the AppleSox have a lot of this year.
Yeah.
Is speedy guys. I mean, first 3 guys that come to mind, Jonas Shields, Kaima Gary, and then you got Cooper Brass right here. Of course, many other guys. The 0-1 comes in. That's swung on, and a line drive out to center field. Burr moves in. He'll make the grab. Runner will tag, and White will glide in safely to third. Runners at the corners now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th for Alika Ahu.
And way to do a job, Cooper Brass. Hit that to the deep part of the yard, like way back there, deep center field, where Burr has to really drift a little bit to his left and back. He makes the catch. He can get it in, but enough for Landon White to move into further into scoring position. So now runners on the corners, and you can do something here with runners on first and third.
Exactly, and also with 1 out. So there's expect some movement here as Alika searching for his first hit today. First offering to him. Swinging a fly ball, left field moving in is Detzler to his left. He'll make the grab. Runner will tag, and just like that, that's going to be the AppleSox up 7-0.
And second RBI of the night for Ahu. He was able to drive in a run back in the second with a ground out to Harrison at short, and now drives one in with a sac fly to left field.
Of course, no base hit today, but he's been very reliable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he gave up, honestly, his at-bat with a ground ball, hit it the other way. And he's doing a great job tonight with his at-bats of having great approaches. 2 outs now. Here's Matt Therese. First pitch to him, catches at the knees for strike 1. Therese was hit by a pitch in the third. and then was scored on an RBI single by Kai McGarry. 0-1 from Stravos. Swing and a miss. And the count will be 0-2. And his first AB tonight, Torres struck out in the second. Runner on first is Kainoa Santiago. Again, 2-run homer last inning in the fourth. The 0-2 from Stravos in the dirt, ball one. No hesitation there. Torres crowded the plate just a little bit. You'll see that here on the WCL. The 1-2 to him, runner goes. Pitch is outside. The throw down is not in time. No tag applied. And Kainoa Santiago with the stolen base here puts the AppleSox in a better position with 2 outs.
And good stolen base there from Kainoa Santiago. And you got 2 outs, move yourself into scoring position. So now a 2-out, single to the outfield scores you and makes it 8-0.
2-2 pitch. Swung on. Bit of a sword there, but he bats it away. And the count will stay at 2s.
And you saw Torres' reaction to that, too. He kind of was turning away. He caught like a glimpse of his facial expression. He was frustrated with himself.
Yeah.
He knew that was a pitch he should have laid off of. But, he does get a piece of it, so he stays alive.
At the end of the day, you just got to stay alive there. Yeah. And if it's close enough, you got to just get a piece of it. 2-2 pitch. Way outside, ball 3 and in the dirt. Holman has to stick his glove all the way in the ground to keep it in front of him. So the count's all filled up with a runner on second in Kainoa Santiago with 2 outs. AppleSox up 7-0. The pitch from Stravos hits him. Man, hit by pitches today. I think that's the third hit by pitch, fourth hit by pitch that the Drifters have given the AppleSox. Man, I don't know what's going on here, but runners at first and second for Jonas Shields, and it's top of the order.
And that's the second hit by pitch on Torres specifically. He had one in the fourth, came around to score, and now he's on first base. Santiago at second, Jonas Shields at the plate. 2 outs here in the fifth, and still 7-0. AppleSox leading by a lot.
Jonas Shields with 14 hits this year and 3 RBIs. First pitch to him, swing and a weak grounder back to the pitcher. Stravos gloves it underhand toss, and that will retire the side. So the AppleSox leave 2 men stranded. There's no errors, but we do get a hit there by Landon White with 1 run across the board. Now it's 7-0 AppleSox as we head into the top of the 6th here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Your official radio station for the Wenatchee AppleSox is Sunny FM, KCSY Twist, the greatest hits of all time.
Jeff is back from the Country Inn Family Restaurant. You have prime rib on Friday and Saturday.
Always Friday and Saturday. He's tired of barbecuing. Come on out and let me do the cooking. We got slow roasted prime rib served up Friday and Saturday night. I start serving it around 3:30, 4 o'clock until we run out.
And remember, if you're hungry like me, early in the morning, guess who's open up for breakfast 7 days a week?
Down here at the Country Inn.
Off Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee, the Country Inn Family Restaurant. How long have you been in business?
Going on over 40 years, since 1975.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hey, Dave, you take care.
What makes us so unique in the community is our pledge to generosity and excellence. At the heart of the Moeller family and our dedicated staff lies an unwavering dedication to the well-being of our community. We are proud of our role as a local family-owned funeral service provider. For us, it's not just about conducting funeral services. It's about extending a hand of compassion and support through life's most challenging moments. We stand ready to walk with you through these difficult times at your pace, caring for and supporting you each step of the way. Brookside Funeral Home, where compassion meets commitment.
Discover what Premier Senior Living is all about at Blossom Valley Assisted Living and Blossom Creek Memory Care in beautiful Wenatchee. Blossom Valley Assisted Living and Blossom Creek Memory Care communities provide seniors with a stress-free style of living that enhances the mind, body, and spirit. There's always so much going on, from shopping trips to gardening to fitness activities. Plus, you can enjoy peace of mind knowing that trained care staff are present 24/7. Schedule a private tour experience at Blossom Valley and Blossom Creek.
Well, there's a new face on the mound here in relief for Jacob Gabler. Smith, who we got?
Well, yeah, it's going to be the left-hander Colin Fraser. He's 6'3", 201 pounds, out of Bellevue Community College, sophomore from Snoqualmie, Washington. So played at Mount Si High School. And coming into today's game, he's made 2 appearances overall on the year, 4 innings of work in total, and he has a 2.25 ERA. He's only given up 1 earned run on the year, and of course he's got 3 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts, only 3 walks.
Jalen Riddle here leads it off. Puts a butt down. Really good bunt, but it will roll just out of play. Discipline there by Ahu to let it go out rather than jump straight on it. So here we are, top of the 6th. The AppleSox leads 7-0. I'd like to thank Celerity Credit Union. They present the Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the west lot of Pybus Public Market. Again, that's Celerity Credit Union. The count will be 0-1 on Jalen Riddle, who doubled in his first AB in the first inning. Righty-on-righty matchup here, the windup and delivery from Fraser. That pitch hits him on the inner thigh. And a man on with no outs.
That's tough to start your out in relief for Fraser. He's hit a man and early base runner.
Here's Nolan Miller. He walked in the first and struck out looking in the fourth. Gabler today tossed 1 in the third with no hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Good day for him in relief. The lefty's first offering. Swing and a hard line drive right field. Moving back to the warning track is McGarry. He makes the grab. And there's the first out of the side.
And that's why you got to hit it high to right field. You can't hit frozen rope to that corner outfield spot. It won't get out. If you hit it a little bit high enough, though, even if you hit a towering, fly ball that would be an out everywhere else, it will blow out here. So you got to get a little bit more loft on the ball.
1 man on with 1 out. Peyton Tyner now. First pitch to him is slapped the other way foul and into the stands in the AppleSox loud zone, and the count's 0-1. Peyton Tyner was involved in a spectacular double play in the first. He lined out to the shortstop, and then Brass doubled him off over at second base with a relay to Torres. Check back to first. Good move there, but not big enough lead for Riddle to make it anything dramatic. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 7-0 Sox. Here's the pitch. Swing and a weak ground ball. Torres gloves it, bobbles it, and he can't make a play there. Runners move up 90 feet.
The errors rearing their ugly head here.
Now batting, the left fielder, Ryland Detzler.
Torres really had to move to his left there. He was playing, of course, double play depth, really close to second base. Moves all the way over. He initially kind of recovered it, and then he bobbled it again, unfortunately. Here's a Ryland Detzler. Got a man on at first and second base for him with only 1 out. Fraser looks back and fires towards the plate. Pitch catches the outer black for strike 1.
And Detzler is a switch hitter, so he's been batting much of today from the lefty's batter's box. Now he moves to the right-handed batter's box because he's facing the first left-handed pitcher of the ball game.
Searching for his first hit today, 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. The 0-1 from Fraser. Swing and a miss way ahead on that breaking ball. Breaking ball clocking in at 66 miles an hour. Way to change up speeds.
And you saw Riddle bluffing at second there. He looked like he was trying to take off to steal third and then chops his steps and goes back in. So you're just trying to throw off the timing and rhythm of Fraser.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And there's the second out of the side.
Now batting, the designated
7 total strikeouts today for the Sox. The bullpen has been working from all cylinders. Colton Perez, he's 0 for 1 with a pop out in the second, and then a walk in the fourth. First offering to him, way outside for ball 1, but good dig by Copeland to keep it in front of him.
Yeah, and Colton Perez was the starting left-hander on the mound last night in Game 1, so now finds himself DHing for the Drifters today. So, again, he's a guy who's putting a lot of work in with the Drifters.
1-0 the count. Runners first and second base. The pitch from Fraser. Swing and a miss ahead on that slider there.
Man, that pitch is really good. 72 miles an hour and just broke a lot. A lot of break on it, and it's really hard to hit a pitch like that.
It started, honestly, near, his butt.
Yeah.
And then curved in on the inner half of the plate. Really impressive break. The 1-1. Same pitch again, but it's just inside. And it counts 2-1.
Yeah, Fraser's got the fastball, the curve, the slider, and the change. And so far, his breaking pitches have been working pretty good for him.
Mm-hmm. And then mixing that fastball to set those pitches up.
Yeah.
Or just blow by him, too, when you're throwing that many off speeds. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled down the first base line. The count will go 2-2. And another thing, too, is you see a lot of two-way guys here in the WCL, but not many guys who will be starting pitchers.
Yeah.
They're usually relievers.
Yeah.
Last year, that was Joe Thornton.
Yep.
Joe is now a pitcher only, but back in the day when he used to be a two-way guy for the Sox, he would be relief guy, then come in to hit every once in a while. The 2-2 pitch on the way outside ball 3. Coupland has to shuffle to his left. He can't get to it, and the runners will move up 90 feet.
That's the funny thing, too, about baseball is that as you kind of move up the levels, you start to lose the two-way players, right? Because you start to consolidate. You start realizing, okay, I'm good at this thing, but not as much as this thing. And to be honest with you, if you love baseball, be a two-way player as long as you can.
Yes.
Enjoy the game as long as you can, every single part of it.
Count's filled up now. Payoff pitch from Fraser. Just off the plate. We went with the slider there. And the bases are loaded here for Kahaku Harrison. Harrison picked up his first hit as a Drifter today in the second inning. As he was currently 0 for 9 coming into this ball game with 7 strikeouts. Infield playing straight up now. Corners back. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a weak pop-up. Shallow right field. Torres calling them off and he makes the grab. And that'll end the side. Makes up for that error further in this inning. 3 men stranded. There's 1 error. No hits and no runs. Still 7-0 Sox as we head down into the bottom of the 6th here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Wenatchee businesses, step up to the plate. Firefly is your hometown MVP for managed IT and cybersecurity, protecting your time and tech since 1992. For a limited time, Firefly is offering a free vulnerability scan to help pinpoint the gaps in your security and bring clarity to your risks before they turn into errors on your scoreboard. Call 509-663-TECH today to secure your scan and stop the bad guys from stealing home.
Hey, get the goat off the AC vent. This time of year, we are right there with the goat, hanging out and trying to stay cool.
Folks can start quotes on our website, WenatcheeInsurance.com.
And you can schedule an in-person video or phone appointment. No one should have to sweat about insurance.
We are a locally owned independent agency, so we can walk people through a variety of options.
Make sure you're covered, maybe even save some money. So give us a call or text today, 509-295-9055.
And then get back to the AC with the goat.
At Banner Bank, cheering on the AppleSox is just one more way they show their appreciation for the Wenatchee Valley. When it comes to your finances, it's all about how they can help you move forward with truly personal service, smart financial solutions, and being the local expert by your side when it matters most. In fact, Banner Bank has been named one of the 100 best banks in America by Forbes for 10 straight years and one of Newsweek's best regional banks again this year. Stop by your local Wenatchee branch or visit bannerbank.com. Banner Bank member FDIC.
There's a new face on the mound here for the Drifters. It's Cade Shumard. Smith, tell me about him.
Oh, yeah, he's a left-hander, 6'2", 205 pounds. He's a sophomore out of Scottsdale, Arizona, and he's played the past 2 seasons with New Mexico State. In this past spring, he got just 11 games of work, no starts, so all relief from him. And he ended the year with a 10.61 ERA, 9 strikeouts, 8 walks, so just barely keeping his chin above water in the strikeout-to-walk ratio. And he's going to be facing Kai McGarry, Paoletto, and Coupland as the first first three batters of this inning.
He comes in relief for Stravos. Stravos with 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned. Gave up 1 walk, and then also 1 strikeout as well. McGarry tries to put up a bunt, but he fouls it away, and the count will be 0-1. McGarry doing pretty well today with an RBI single in his last AB. 1 for 3 on the day, the 0-1. Swung on and fouled straight back, and the count will go 1-2. AppleSox leads 7-0 here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Sun has finally set on the ballpark, but still shining around Fancher Heights, the 0-2. Swinging a ground ball on the third base line, which Darlington tried to get a handle of it there, but try to get out of the way.
My coaches don't play.
So 0-2 the count. Shumard shakes off this sign from Holman. Nods to this one, the windup and the pitch. Just upstairs there with the slider, and the count's 1-2. McGarry in the back of the box. And the 1-2 taken outside. The count's at 2s now with no outs and nobody on. Again, the AppleSox looking for a win today after a Game 1 loss, 11-6, the final score. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, but a dropped third strike. Holman fires the first and completes the play. That'll bring up Nikko Paoletto.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Nikko.
He's showing us his case for player of the game today with a single in the first, a solo shot in the third, and then a hit by pitch in the fourth. Honestly, him and Kainoa Santiago, pretty equal resumes.
I know, both of them just really kind of fighting for that player of the game spot.
First pitch to Nikko is popped up foul for strike 1.
And he's, again, Paoletto's a prime example. As a right-handed batter, go oppo. Do not try and yank a ball to left field. Just try and serve it up to right field. It'll blow out. The wind does the rest. So just that's how you're going to get most of your long balls.
The 0-1. Check swing. He does not go, and the ball's in the dirt. Counts 1-1. Once again, Hispanic Heritage Night tomorrow night. Game time at 6:35, pregame show at 6:10, the 1-1 to Nikko. Swing and a miss. It was early on that changeup, and he knew it, too. He could see it in his swing.
83 miles an hour for that breaking ball there. I mean, good way to slow him down, right? Because he probably is looking for a fastball, probably hunting fastball. I've talked to Paoletto about his approach, and it's mainly hunting fastballs and trying to react to the breaking ball.
The 1-2. Slider nearly clips him, and it's inside. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here. Bottom of the 6th, Shumard gets his sign from Holman and fires towards the plate. Sliders popped up, shallow infield, calling it is Shumard, but then he's called off by Mullins.
Oh man,
who got a little trigger happy there. And just like that's gonna be an E5, and Nikko will reach.
Yeah, that one. It's rough because that ball basically was right back to the mound for Shumard to make a play on. And Mullins, I mean, usually you want your pitcher to get out and vacate.
Yeah.
But, like, he could have easily made that play. And I know pitchers aren't athletes and all, but, like, that's a routine pop-up in the infield.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to be courteous there as pitchers have least priority, but that was, like, straight up and straight at him. He barely had to move.
Yeah.
Here's Joe Coupland. First pitch to him, swinging a miss fastball in the outer half for strike 1. But the AppleSox with that get a man on with 1 out. And with that, Paoletto's reached on every single at-bat today. Shumard gets his sign, collects himself, breath, and fires. Swing and a miss on the slider, and the count's 0-2. Coupland searching for his first hit today, a pair of groundouts and a strikeout looking, and the third. He steps back to get his bearings and will dig back in. Slightly crowding the plate here. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He tries to check it, but he goes around. And Copeland is retired. Second strikeout for him today. And the second for Schummert here in the 6th.
Yeah, both of Schummert's strikeouts have been swinging so far in the inning. So got McGarry swinging, gets Copeland swinging there. Now it's Landon White with 2 outs and 1 runner on.
AppleSox still with a commanding 7-0 lead as Schummert gets his sign from Holman. And the pitch. Slapped the other way, foul, and the count will be 0-1. White doubled in his last AB and scored, and also scored after an error from the shortstop in the 4th. A 1 offering. Inside, gets away from Holman, but Paoletto will hold up at first. The count's 1-1.
Yeah, White's just been getting on base and scoring. That's the combo that's going to get you win you playing time and just really, it's the recipe for success
Exactly.
in WCL,
The lefty Schummert fires towards the plate. Check swing, he does go, and the count will be 1-2. That slider working in on righties has been deadly so far this inning. Infield shifted just a bit left. And the pitch. Slider just below the knees. 2-2. That's a close take on 2 strikes.
On 2 strikes or 2-strike approach is usually like, hey, foul off anything close and then look for something to hit. And that's one of those ones where you might want to foul it off because it's just too close to take.
Mm-hmm. Paoletto on first. 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. Fought off foul. And the count will stay once again at 2s. Box score so far, 7-0 AppleSox. AppleSox with 6 hits, 1 error, 3 hits, and 3 errors for the Drifters. White with a 2-2 count. Check back to first, but stepping on safely in first base is Paoletto.
Everybody clap your hands.
It's a bit chilly here now that the sun is set, and again, the wind still pushing. Temperatures just above 60. 2-2 pitch from Schummert. Swung on and dropped out the glove. Tag applied, and that'll be the side. The AppleSox leave 1 man on. No hits, 1 error, and no runs. Still 7-0 as they head into the top of the 7th here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Hi, this is Jeff Rounds, president of Lipke Insurance. We've been serving the residents of the Wenatchee Valley since 1917. Over the years, we've expanded into communities across the state of Washington and beyond. We are proud to offer insurance products from many of the top carriers to help protect our friends and neighbors. Whether it's home and auto or farm and business insurance, we have the markets and the people to get you the right coverage at competitive prices. We are here to provide help before you need it. Let's talk today.
Lipke Insurance. Call 888-902-1800. Online at lipke.com.
AppleSox fans, if a foul ball leaves a ding or dent in your car or truck, take it to Earhart's Collision and Automotive Service. Family owned, Earhart's Collision and Automotive Service will give you a free estimate and will handle all the paperwork. If you need auto repair, they can do that too, including checking the air conditioner, oil changes, tune-ups, diagnostics, and more. Earhart's Collision and Automotive Service.
Still at 1422 North Miller, Suite A in Wenatchee.
We're gonna take a ride. We're going down to Easy's Burgers where the food is dynamite. Easy's Burgers. Easy's Burgers, oh yeah. Fast, friendly, and delicious. They really do it right. Serving up those burgers every day and every night. Big kids, little kids, mom and dad too. Easy's Burgers. Made fresh for you.
Well, it's the top of the 7th here, and 7 is the magic number as the Sox lead 7-0 over the Springfield Drifters. And here for play-by-play is Smith Sly.
Thank you, Jackson. Colin Fraser still on the mound for Wenatchee. He's going to be facing Drew Holman here. As Fraser, the left-hander, winds and fires first pitch. Breaking ball just low for ball 1. Yeah, like you said, 7-0 the score here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. AppleSox up in a big way. As lefty-on-lefty matchup here, Fraser's 1-0 pitch is cut on. Back to the fence. That's strike 1. And Holman, incoming freshman. He's going to be going to the University of Portland, so he'll be a pilot next spring. Now, Portland's got a pretty good baseball team. Pretty good program. I think they play in the WCC, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the 1-1. Check swing at a slider upstairs, and he went around for strike 2.
Again, still searching for his first hit as a drifter.
Yeah, hitless today. Grounded out in the second. Flew out to left field in the 5th. And he's got 2 strikes on him quickly. Fraser looking for the strikeout. Winds and delivers. There it is. Slider kicks out of the glove of Coupland. He'll throw down to first to complete it. And it's a swinging strikeout to start the inning for Fraser.
Yeah, Fraser's been on, especially after having bases loaded last inning and got out of that jam. He's a great clutch pitcher.
Back against the wall, literally. And he just managed to wiggle your way out of it. And now into the 7th inning, still up 7-0. And Fraser back out, so he's going to extend his relief outing. He's got 1 out here in the 7th. Facing off against Broderick Burr in the first pitch to him. Just misses too low. That's the ball.
Yeah, Burr, not his best day. Pair of strikeouts today.
And 0 for 2, both swinging. And here's the 1-0 delivery from Fraser. Runs inside, and that's ball 2. Yeah, Burr, freshman from Bushnell University, just finished his first spring there. Apparently his favorite movie is The Goonies. 2-0 off frame. Fraser lifts and delivers. And this is sent high and tailing back and out of play as it'll drop well out of the ballpark for strike 1. And The Goonies, that's an old classic. Do you know where they filmed The Goonies? Pop quiz.
Is it either like Seattle or it's in Oregon?
It's in Oregon.
Okay.
It was in a couple places in Oregon. So, but mainly I think all like the beach scenes where you see them on the water, that's at Cannon Beach in Oregon. Cool. As Fraser winds the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat. Kind of off Coupland. Looked like it might have clipped a part of him, and that's strike 2 now to Burr. But yeah, Cannon Beach, which is home of Haystack Rock, which I believe is the 4th largest sea stack in the world. Do you know what Haystack Rock is?
I am unfamiliar with all those terms.
2-2 count on Burr, the pitch from Fraser. Oh, wow. Beautiful slider well outside, and Burr chased after it, and that's back-to-back swinging strikeouts for Fraser.
Just got antsy there. He saw that slider. He knows how good it's been all day. And then he just lets it get to him. That was honestly an easy ball out of the hand.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he just pulled the trigger on it.
Well, brings up Cooper Mullins now, who's the leadoff man for the Drifters. Gain his 4th at-bat of work, and the first pitch to Mullins. That's low, skips right into the chest protector of Coupland. But yeah, no, Haystack is basically a huge, huge rock. It's basically the best way to put it. It's basically a mountain just off the coast. And the 1-0 pitch, Mullins will line this to center field. Coming in, Shields, and it'll drop right in front of him and into his glove. That's a 2-out single from Mullins. But yeah, it's basically like a mini mountain almost.
Okay.
I say mountain, it's not quite that big, but it's a couple 100 feet tall, and it's about 100 feet off of the coastline of the beach. So when the tide goes out, you can just walk out to it, and it has all this marine life kind of just strewn about. And it's a really cool place to go visit in Oregon. And then you got to get out before the tide comes back in, otherwise you will get stranded. First pitch to Riddle. Slider dotted on the inside edge for strike 1.
I don't want to get stranded here.
Yeah, you don't want to get stranded. Not in baseball and not at Cannon Beach. Cannon Beach is a really beautiful place. You should go visit sometime right on the Oregon coast. Fraser checks the second, lifts, and fires the 0-1. Grounded hard up the middle. Brass is going to play this on the forehand. Flip to Torres. Oh, wow, what a play. Brass from his glove. Flips easily to Torres to get the out and retire the side.
Last call for at the ballpark.
So the Drifters get no runs on just 1 hit, no errors, and leave nobody left on base. We're going to time the stretch here at the ballpark. Still 7-0 in favor of the AppleSox. And we'll step aside here on the Wenatchee AppleSox Radio Network.
Everybody.
Ford is now batting for America. Now they're the official automotive partner for Major League, Minor League, and Little League Baseball. On Saturday, June 20th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Pat Armstrong Ford invites you to a fun meet and greet with the Wenatchee AppleSox. While you mingle with the players and team, Melt Company Gourmet Grilled Cheeses will satisfy your hungries with their cheesy menu of sandwiches and more. See you Saturday, June 20th, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. at Pat Armstrong Ford in East Wenatchee. NCW.News is your source for accurate and intensely local news across North Central Washington. Part of Ward Media, an independent company committed to local journalism, NCW.News provides stories from our network-respected community newspapers. Stay informed with news from the Lake Chelan Mirror, Leavenworth Echo, Cashmere Valley Record, Quad City Herald, and Wenatchee Business Journal. With over 100 years recording the region's history, NCW.News and Ward Media keep communities engaged on the issues that matter most. Visit NCW.News for local news you can trust.
Batter up for a big milestone. A proud sponsor of today's game, the Salcedo Group of Companies, is celebrating 25 years of trusted HVAC, electrical, and development work in our valley. Beyond their expertise, Salcedo is hitting it out of the park with philanthropy, generously supporting over 70 nonprofits, churches, and schools across Chelan, Douglas, and Grant counties. They're proud to be locally grown and committed to keeping our valley a great place to call home. Thank you, Salcedo Group of Companies.
Well, in lieu of Kainoa Santiago, it's Max Patterson taking his spot, and the first pitch to him from Schummerd is inside for a ball. An interesting move there. Santiago with that two-run home run. Now Patterson cuts and misses on a fastball well outside for strike one.
Interviewed Max just the other day for our social channels. He told me that as a kid, his Little League team was the AppleSox.
And Patterson, man, crushes it. Left center, high and deep at the warning track. Deltzler makes the catch. Man, loud out number one off the barrel of Max Patterson.
Man, I thought he had that off the bat.
Man.
It must have been just a bit out in front of it.
Just by a little bit. I mean, again, wood bats and the wind not helping pull balls to left field. So obviously a lot of factors working against Patterson. Now it's Cooper Brass, who had the great play to end the top half of the seventh. And the first pitch, oh, wow. Ran way inside, really jackknifed him away, and it just misses clipping him. So it's just ball one.
Schummerd's rushing his delivery. You'll notice he gets set and he's instantly going, and that's exactly what happened there. Was he let that get to him. He needs to slow down just a bit. Nothing wrong with going fast, but you got to pace yourself.
And the 1-0 to Brass is a slider dropped in for strike one.
And just right there, he changed it up. He'd take at least another second or two to get his bearings, which he needs to do that, especially after that close call.
1-1 to Brass. Inside, just misses for ball two. Yeah, Cooper Brass hitless today. Drew a walk in the second, grounded out in the fourth, flew out in the fifth. And the 2-1 to him is well high and well outside. That was a slider that was just didn't get enough spin on it, so he couldn't get it into the zone. And Cooper Brass has a 3-game hit streak coming into today, and he's at risk of snapping it if he can't get a base hit here today. Here's 3-1. Well high, ball four. Cooper Brass gets on base with one out here in the seventh.
Yeah, maybe hitless today, but man, he finds a way to get on base. You know, he is 0 for 2 in the books, but that's also with 2 walks, which, you know, obviously you can't have there in the scorebook. You never see those, but just as important.
Exactly. Get on base and good things will happen. Now it's Alika Ahu, incoming freshman who's going to be playing for Stanford next year. He is 0 for today, 0 for 3 specifically, with 2 RBIs though. And the first pitch to him was a slider that dances in for a strike. And Ahu has been really good at maybe not necessarily getting a hit, maybe not necessarily having the flashiest performance, but he gets the job done. He's able to get RBIs, move people around, have productive at-bats. 0-1 to him is well outside. Ahu thought about offering that. It kind of twitched the hands, but good hold up to make it a 1-1 count. Schummerd gets his signs. Left-hander. Looks over at first, working from the third base side of the rubber. 1-1 pitch, man, really crushed, but well fouled to the left field side. It hits off the grass berm and will roll back into the AppleSox bullpen where there is someone warming up. There is a face down there getting loose for the AppleSox.
That's too deep deep shots to left field. Of course, Max Patterson, and that foul one right there. The wind's going to mitigate some of that distance today.
Here's the next pitch, and kind of jams him, and he shoots it foul. And the count's going to stay put, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You just know that one hurts, too. That looked like it was all the way on the handle. He just barely got a piece of that one.
So still a 1-2 count. Schummer looking to sit down Ahu. Runner takes off. The pitch cut on and missed for strike 3. The throw down will not get Brass. He's got a stolen base.
We talked about it earlier, one of the fastest guy on the teams as well. Just as vital to a team as power or finesse in the field.
Now 2 outs here, bottom half of the 7th inning. It's 7-0, AppleSox leading by a lot. And it's Matt Therese batting with a runner on second base. That's Cooper Brass, who just swiped second base. Ahu struck out swinging. Now it's the 9-hole hitter for the Sox. First pitch, Therese, a slider that just slides onto the inside edge for a strike. And AppleSox playing a lot cleaner baseball here today. Only 1 error as opposed to 3 from the Drifters. Schummer's pitch. Therese fouls it off his, looks like it might have been his ankle or his knee on that left leg. Lead foot for him.
Of course, you wish there was a 0 spot for the errors, but compared to yesterday, big improvement.
You'll take it. You'll take it. I mean, 6 errors in a game, that's just not, you can't win games that way.
No.
And so the fact that you've cut it down to 1 all the way up into the 7th year, that's showing improvement, right? Baby steps. 0-1 count on Torres. Schummer set from the chest and the pitch. And that's a pitch that missed well high for ball 1. So 1-2 the count on Torres, the sophomore from Bakersfield, California. He wants to trade places with Brass at second base. Schummer, here's the 1-2. Fouled off. Man, way to spoil it. Torres able to just get a sliver of the bat to it, and he stays alive.
That's what the Sox do, have competitive ABs.
Yeah.
They never go down without a fight, which is great to see. That's what they look for when they recruit their guys, is gritty guys, is what Mitch Donaldson told me.
1-2, still the count. Schummer, the pitch. Well inside, kind of spun Therese away. That's going to even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. That's Cooper Brass, who got on base via the walk and then stole second base. Still 7-0 the score here at Paul Thomas. Schummer, the 2-2. Well outside, a slider that he couldn't snap enough into the zone, so it fills it up. Full count here in Wenatchee. Therese trying to get on base any way he can here with 2 outs. Schummer, the payoff to Therese. Well inside, hit off his ankle. That's gotta hurt. And he's up 90 feet in a painful way.
That's 3 straight hit by pitches for Matt Therese. Oh, man, he's just a ball magnet today.
He must be wearing a bullseye. I don't know what he did to offend this Drifters pitching staff, but clearly some bad blood, apparently. They've been throwing, they just missing inside on him a lot. Well, now 2 runners on for the AppleSox. Brass at second, Torres at first. Jonas Shields now up to bat. He is 0 for 3 at the moment. He's got a 5-game hit streak, and he wants to make it 6. Will it be snapped here tonight? First pitch to him is a bit high and tight, and that's ball 1. Now Shields leads the team for hits with 14. 5-game hitting streak, like I said. He's been a very consistent bat for the Sox early on in the season. Here's the 1-0. And he'll foul this off the first base line high and tailing out of play.
And again, another speedy guy.
Yeah. As you're aware. You're aware of his speed.
Raced him yesterday, and man, I had a...
You were looking good.
It was a 20-foot lead around there.
Somewhere around there.
Just lost my composure, and he took that one. He took that.
Lost your focus. 1-0 count to him. 1-1 count, and the pitch. A slider that he cuts through for strike 2. He wants to come up big here. 2 runners on. Brass at second. Torres at first. And Shields looking to extend that 5-game hit streak to a 6-game hit streak if he can. Schummer wanting to hang a 0. Here's a pitch. And he will serve this up softly. Shallow center field. Does it drop? Yes, it does! Brass around third. He's going to score. They'll hold Therese at third base. Make it 6 games for Jonah Shields. An RBI single in the 7th. Man, making it 8-0.
What a way to go inside out as well. That pitch was clearly inside on the hands, but he fights it into right center field for a base hit. Wasn't a hard contact, but just enough to get the job done.
Now it's the beer batter of the game, Kai McGarry, who already has a single tonight with an RBI single back in the 4th. So $1 off the, I believe it's Bud Light Cherry Seltzer is the beer of the game. And the first pitch to McGarry. Swung on, miss. Good slider from Shumard, snuck it past him.
Everybody clap your hands.
So now he has a single, makes it $2 off those Bud Light Seltzers. Gets a double, will be $3 off. Triple will be $4. Home run, like $5 off. Here's the 0-1. He lines this to right field, and that's going to get a job done. Therese scores easily. Shields to second. Make it $2 off your Bud Light Seltzer here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium.
His second RBI single of the day. McGarry is just firing from all cylinders.
Save $1 on your Black Cherry Bud Light Seltzer for the rest of the
So the hit's really pouring on here. Late in the 7th inning, 2 outs. And the Sox with some 2-out production. You love to see that. 2-out production is very fun to watch.
Just as important, especially as the season dwindles down.
First pitch to Paoletto. Man, great slider from Shumard. He just really dropped that onto the bottom rung for a strike. And he really snapped that slider. Got a lot of movement on it. When it's on, it's on. Here's the 0-1, and there's one that was not on. That slider missed well high for ball 1.
Again, Nikko looks to continue his streak today of reaching on base every single time. And what a spot to do it if you can here.
Well, it's 9-0 here in the 7th. The pitch to Paoletto. Well high, well outside. Paoletto's solo home run back in the 3rd. Napo Taco shot. I like Apo Taco home runs.
Me too.
They're fun.
Me too.
You know, they're harder to do when you get down to it.
Yes.
Anyone can yank a ball out, but it's really hard to hit it the opposite way and out of the ballpark. Here's 2-1. A slider dropped in. That would have been a good pitch to crush to left center field, but Paoletto watches it zip past him for strike 2.
That's the thing. They're not as flashy.
No.
But it's a surprise because you never expect it.
2-2 count. 2 outs. 2 runners on. The pitch, well inside, past the kneecaps of Paoletto, and that's going to fill it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Really good eye here. Looking to see big things from him.
Paoletto wants to come up clutch with 2 outs. Sox have had back-to-back 2-out RBI singles. Can Paoletto make it 3 back-to-back-to-back? Here's the pitch. Swung on, missed. He goes back to the slider, and he gets Paoletto to retire the side. But man, the Sox strike for 2 runs here in the 7th on 2 hits, no errors, and leave 2 men on base. 9-0. The Sox extend the lead, and they are into the top half of the 8th with a really good situation here, Game 2 of the series. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to AppleSox Baseball, only on the Wenatchee AppleSox Radio Network.
When you need prescriptions filled, visit Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy. Locally owned and in business since 1945, Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy is your friendly Health Mart pharmacy ready to serve you. They've made it their goal to meet the special healthcare needs of families throughout North Central Washington. Stop in or use their convenient drive-thru to get all your questions answered and prescriptions filled. Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy, 509-662-5801 and at 820 North Chelan.
AppleSox fans, summers are hot, and the last thing you want is to turn on your car's AC and out blows hot air. Get your air conditioner recharged at Mid-Valley Automotive for just $287.74. And keep cool. This includes 2 pounds of 134A Freon. Mid-Valley Automotive works on all foreign and domestic models. Mid-Valley Automotive, 270 East Penny Road in Wenatchee.
This summer, splash your cares away and create unforgettable memories. Treat your family and friends to Slidewaters Lake Chelan. Overlooking the majestic Lake Chelan Valley, Slidewaters is your one-stop vacation paradise with 11 fun-filled water slides. Cruise down the downhill racers, slide down the completely enclosed Purple Haze, float down the Lazy River, and the kids will love the Aqua Zoo. Their well-trained, friendly staff will ensure your stay is safe and lots of fun. Slidewaters Lake Chelan, now open through Labor Day. Visit slidewaters.com for more information.
jersey giveaway. We're giving
So after 2 innings of relief, the left-hander Colin Fraser will take a seat on the bench. He gives up just 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and no runs. The score's still 9-0 going into the 8th inning, and the Sox are going to call in another left-hander, Braiden Boyd, making his first appearance of the year for the AppleSox, the sophomore from Chelan, Washington. So just about an hour-long drive away here from Wenatchee, who just finished 2 years at Spokane Falls Community College this past spring, made 14 appearances, all in relief, 44 1/3 innings pitched, and man, the strikeout to walk ratio really jumps off the page. 52 strikeouts to only 15 walks. That is just insane.
He's been with the AppleSox since 2024, a very consistent and reliable guy the AppleSox always come back to.
Well, he's going to be facing Nolan Miller, Peyton Tyner, and Rylan Detzler. The first 3 drifters he'll face in relief late in this game, 8th inning, and still 9-0 AppleSox on top. As the first pitch to Boyd is lined through the left side into left field for a leadoff single on the very first pitch.
Not the way he wanted to start it off there, but now it's just flush it, move on, and go back to the next guy.
Well, now you set up a 2-ball potentially. Ground ball up the middle could turn 2, as Peyton Tyner will trot up to the plate, batting from the left side. And Boyd started his college career at Washington State University, Pullman, Washington. Go Cougs. Got cut from Washington State and then made the move to Spokane Falls. And the first pitch to Tyner is a slider kind of yanked well low and away for ball 1. And temperature really dropping here in Wenatchee down to 59 degrees. But with the wind, it feels a little bit more like 50. This pitch from Boyd misses just a hair high, and that's ball 2. Now Tyner, 1 for 2 so far today. Lined out to Brass in the first, and then had a double in the 4th. Got stranded at 3rd, though, so again, no runs tonight for the Drifters. And the 2-0 pitch misses low. That's ball 3, so 3 straight balls from Boyd. Now, Boyd spelled B-O-Y-D, not B-O-I-D. Left-hander, here's the pitch. Goes right down the middle for strike 1. Way to get back into the strike zone after 3 straight balls. Now Tyner, a sophomore from Oregon. He awaits the 3-1. Boyd's pitch, here it is. That's high, and that's ball 4.
2 guys on early, not what you want here to start the inning.
Absolutely not.
Now batting, the left fielder, Rylan Detzler.
And Rylan Detzler getting the start today in left field. 0 for 3 today. Grounded out to first in the 2nd. Grounded out to 3rd in the 4th, and then struck out swinging in the 6th. He's only got 2 hits on the year. Looking for hit number 3. Looking for RBI number 3 as well on the season. Boyd, here's the pitch. As on the inside edge, and that's strike 1 to start out Detzler. And Detzler, a switch hitter. So batting from that right-handed batter's box against the lefty Boyd. Boyd takes a breath, looks to second. Here's the 0-1, and this is fouled high and straight back out of play. I want to name Detzler. D-E-T-Z-L-E-R, Detzler. And that one doesn't necessarily fall off the tongue very easily. But still an interesting name. Boyd gets his signs. Comes set, and the 0-2. That's outside. Coupon has to slide over to keep it in front, and that's ball 1 to Detzler.
Coop was done a great job today of putting his body on the line.
Yeah.
Whether that's jumping up, sliding through, or blocking balls, he's done it all tonight.
So 1-2 count. Boyd looking for his first strikeout in relief, his first strikeout of the season for the Sox. Big breath. Here's the 1-2. Slider got him looking, but it gets out of the glove of Coupon back to the backstop. Detzler is out automatically because there were runners on, but the runners do advance, so it'll move Miller to 3rd and Tyner to 2nd, and there's one away here in the 8th. I mean, that was a beautifully placed slider on the outside edge, and just unfortunate that it just like there must be a hole in the glove of Coupon. I mean,
we know he had troubles with that earlier too.
Yeah, like it hit, almost looked like it got right in the pocket and just kicked out. And so now it's going to bring up Colton Perez, left-handed batter. There's a pinch hitter for the Drifters.
Mona
Heffernan, left-handed batter. Right-handed batter out of Bushnell. Heffernan, the first pitch to him, and is just eluding the upper outside corner. That's ball 1.
Yeah, Colton, 2 walks today. Can pop out. Did pretty well get on base, but not a lot to show for it.
The 1-0 pitch is slapped foul for strike 1. And Heffernan, the freshman out of Hawaii. Big Seahawks fan. Which is a little interesting. I mean, it is technically like, what, the closest NFL program to the islands?
Yeah, I mean,
potentially.
I guess there's also the California teams as well. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
I know Kainoa Morisaki's a Raiders fan.
1-1 pitch. Slider missed low. Coupland keeps it in front, so they'll keep Miller at third. So it's Miller at third, Tyner at second. 1 out here in the 8th inning. And a 9-0 AppleSox lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. I say you hold on to it. You're up by a lot, but anything can happen in the West Coast League. 2-1 pitch. Just too high and just too outside to make it a 3-ball, 1-strike count to Heffernan.
Looks like Andrew Miller's warming up in the Drifters bullpen for them.
2 runners on for Springfield. Down by 9 runs. Boyd gets his signs. When he gets his signs, he kind of curls that glove up onto his shoulder and just at his lips, basically. As here comes the 3-1, and that is just low. Ball 4 to load the bases.
Pinch hitter. Looks like we're going to have Jacob Villalpando.
Now, Villalpando batted in the 3-hole last night, was the starting third baseman, was not in the starting lineup tonight, but now comes up in a clutch situation. 1 out in the 8th, bases loaded, batting in lieu of Kahaku Harrison. As Boyd gets his signs and comes set. The left-hander's first pitch, and it's cut on and missed. Good pitch there from Boyd, and he gets Villalpando to swing through it.
That ground ball here ends this inning. Sox playing back, anticipating that here.
0-1 count on Villalpando. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Boyd. Missed low, and that's ball 1 to even it up. And like I said, anything can happen in the West Coast League. We saw that in Game 2 of the Kamloops series where it was 8-1 going into the 9th, and then Kamloops were able to tally 6 runs to really make it close. And you're up by 9, but bases loaded, 1 out here in the 8th, and Boyd kind of struggling with the strike zone, getting pinched a little bit, kind of getting, on some of these calls. 1-1 pitch is cut on, fouled right back to the net, and that's strike 2.
Strikeout here is going to be huge for Boyd. He's going to be searching for that here, and he has plenty of room to work with. So chase pitch here most likely.
Villalpando from Bakersfield, California, played at Fresno City Community College, as did Matt Torres at second base for the Sox. Here's the 1-2 to Villalpando. Slider, dotted, got him looking for strike 3. Wow, what a pitch from Boyd.
Can't take that on 2 strikes, especially 1-2 count. That's way too close for comfort, and that reward, it goes to Boyd.
That's the second time that he struck out a right-handed batter on that backdoor slider on the outside edge. It clearly has worked really well for him. He's able to sneak it in. Now he's got Drew Holman, starting catcher today, and Holman will foul this over the first base stands back to the parking lot.
Looks like another pinch hitter on deck. It's Austin Takahashi. Another face from last night.
That's Takahashi will be batting in place of Broderick Burr. Holman with an 0-1 count. Boyd, the pitch to him. A slider, man, and just misses. Man, that looked like a great pitch. Looked like it just danced into the zone, but just misses a hair inside and evens the count on Holman. And Holman is 0 for 3 today. Ground out, fly out, and a strikeout. And this pitch is kind of high and tight. Holman flinched at it. Looked like he might have thrown the hands at it, but holds up to make it a 2-1 count. And the sun gone down here in Wenatchee. Lights have come on. Still fairly light out. It's a 2-1 pitch to Holman. That's low. That's ball 3.
Can't afford a walk here. You want to keep this shutout alive.
And there's nowhere to put Holman at the moment. Bases loaded. 2 outs here in the 8th. Boyd wanting to battle back. Pitch to Holman. And he lines this to right field. McGarry coming in. He's not going to be able to make the catch. It drops into his glove. And that's going to score 1. And the throw to the plate will keep the runners there. So 9-1 the score. The shutout is broken off the barrel of Holman.
A walk would have the same result there, so for Braiden Boyd, you can't beat yourself too much about that. Now just go at Austin Takahashi here and try and close the side.
Man, like you said, Austin Takahashi batting in place of Burr in the 9-hole spots. Now Takahashi out of Camas Valley, Oregon, playing at Lane Community College. First pitch from Boyd, and he will slap that outside slider away, foul for strike one.
And you can't blame the coaching staff for getting a pinch hitter, as Burr went 0 for 3 today with all strikeouts.
0-1 count Takahashi, sophomore. Boyd takes a breath, and here's the pitch. Got him swinging on the inside pitch to make it an 0-2 count quickly. Now 3 pinch hitters so far in this inning for the Drifters. And here's the 0-2. Slider, outside edge, throws him to end the inning. Wow. Braiden Boyd gets into some trouble, but it all boils down to just 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. 9-1 the score. AppleSox still up by 8 runs, and we're into the bottom half of the 8th inning here on the Wenatchee AppleSox Radio Network.
Hit a home run with LocalTel Communications. For over 40 years, we've been Central Washington's trusted telecom provider, delivering fast internet and reliable phone service. Whether you're streaming the big game, video chatting with loved ones, or running your business smoothly, LocalTel has you covered. Join the LocalTel family today and enjoy the best connectivity in the region. Visit us at localtel.com to learn more.
Summer starts with membership at the Rack. Pack your calendar with camp, rack, swim, and tennis lessons, summer swim team, indoor and outdoor pickleball, tennis tournaments, play programs, and so much more. It is so easy and fun for the whole family to stay active and fit all summer long when you join the Rack. Summer classes and camps are filling fast, so don't delay. Call the Rack today. That's Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club, or use the Rack app for program registration. See all the details at rack.org or call 662-3544. The Rack, where we play every day. Come experience the Tap Room by Hellbent Brewing at Pybus Public Market, your family-friendly destination for exceptional craft beer, great food, and a welcoming atmosphere. With 20 rotating taps featuring Hellbent craft brews and local ciders, plus a full bar and local wine list, there's something for everyone. Their chef-driven seasonal menu showcases the freshest local ingredients with bold American and Pan-Asian flavors in every dish. Open daily, visit the Tap Room by Hellbent Brewing and embark on a flavor-filled journey right in the heart of the Wenatchee Valley.
Into the 8th inning, the Drifters are going to call the bullpen again and bring in the right-hander Austin Takahashi, who was batting in a pinch hit spot there in the top half of the 8th. Now he's on the mound. He's going to be facing off against Joe Coupland, Landon Whites, and Max Patterson. The first 3 batters he'll face here against the Sox, and it's still 9-1 in favor of the AppleSox.
And a defensive substitution as well. Cooper Mullins is now playing right field, as of course Braiden Burr was pulled last inning, and Tyner will move to center field. Detzler stays in left.
And a pinch hit spot here in place of Joseph Coupland. It's Nathan Woodside, one of the catchers on the roster for the AppleSox, and he bats here in the 8th in the 4-hole spots. So Takahashi, the right-hander, gets his signs, will come set from the buckle, and his first pitch to Woodside, right down the middle, taken for strike 1. And Woodside batting here against Takahashi because Takahashi, the right-handed batter, and you want the left-handed bat of Woodside. He's batting from the left side. Nobody on, no outs. This inning just gone underway, and the 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball that's right on the upper outside edge for strike 2.
Good location there. Takahashi's really dotting the corners.
And Woodside out of Lower Columbia College. 5'7", diminutive as we might say, but a lot of fight for him. The 0-1 just misses low. Good take to make it a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Yeah, Woodside batting in place of Joe Coupland, who got the start today behind the plate. And the 1-2 pitch to him. Slider that he gets on his hands and spoils to keep it a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Man, that had so much break to it. Woodside, props to him for getting a piece of that.
Now, Woodside joins the team from Lower Columbia College, as does Harlan Rowe, 2 teammates brought over to the Sox this season. 1-2 pitch, swinging, strike 3. It kicks out of the glove of Holman, but he'll just throw right down to first base to complete the outs. And brings up Landon White with 1 out, nobody on here in the 8th. Bottom half of the 8th, 9-1. The score here, AppleSox up by 8 runs. And the Drifters were able to tally their first one just a half inning ago in the top half of the 8th. First pitch to White. That's a slider inside that spits out of the glove of Holman for ball 1.
Majority slider arsenal here for Takahashi. Favors that over the fastball.
That can be tricky to hit sometimes, especially late in the game when you're wanting a fastball to hit. The 1-0, wow, really zipped past the front shoulder of Landon White. Almost clipped him, but it's just ball 2. So 2-0 the count. Takahashi got a quick out there. Strike out on Woodside, and here's a 2-0 to Landon White. The slider missed high and inside for ball 1. 80 miles an hour the slider from Takahashi. So yeah, not a lot of speed from Takahashi, but clearly using a lot of break on his pitches. Here's the 2-0. Missed low for ball 4, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Landon White.
We get a runner on now after that first strikeout. Try and continue this inning now with Max Patterson.
Yeah, Max Patterson, who took over for Kainoa Santiago just an inning ago. And of course, he did that for the righty batter on lefty pitcher matchup at that point. Now it's a righty pitcher. The first pitch to Patterson. He swings and misses on a slider well outside. Got him chasing. And Patterson. His bat's got the light blue barrel on it. And the 0-1, another slider away. Patterson learns from the first time and spits on this one. And Patterson was the recent guest on Apples to Athletes for us here at the AppleSox. And the 1-1 to him just misses upstairs for ball 2.
And make sure to check on our Apples to Athletes presented by Court Cards and Collectibles. Every single video is posted on our Instagram once a week.
2-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat and foul makes it a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
And we always open up a pack every single time so our players come home with, is there 12 cards in a pack? 10?
Something around
10,
that,
12?
I think. Something like that.
We haven't pulled an autographed card yet, but we will soon.
2-2 pitch. Slider outside. Good take by Patterson to fill it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out and 1 runner on. Landon White at first base. He drew that 4-pitch walk just a little bit ago. Takahashi set from the belt buckle. Here's the payoff pitch. That slider missed badly upstairs, and that's back-to-back walks here with 1 out in the 8th.
Takahashi with a hot start, now starting to show some signs of distress.
And brings up Cooper Brass. 2 runners on, 1 out here in the 8th. AppleSox up by 8 runs. It's 9-1 the score. Yeah, you mentioned Apples to Athletes there. You can watch that on Instagram or YouTube. And if you missed any part of today's game, you can always go back and watch it on our YouTube. As the first pitch to Brass, another slider, and it missed kind of past his front shoulder for ball 1. And our highlight videos put together of every single important moment that happens in every game. Here's the 1-0. And that's high and inside again, ball 2. I believe those are the highlight videos edited by Grant Chisholm, who works for us here. Good friend of yours, Wenatchee native.
Oh, yes. Go back since preschool.
2-0 pitch. Slider, that one drops into the top rail, and that's strike 1. Yeah, Chisholm's a bit of a utility guy here at the AppleSox media team. Does a lot of different stuff, wears a lot of different hats. 2-1 pitch from Takahashi. Slider, upper inside corner, and Takahashi slowly working his way back into the zone. 2-2 the count.
Runners first and second here. Could be a moment where we could expand our lead.
2-2 pitch. And he'll line this to right center field. Tailing, going back. Tyner can't catch it. It gets past him, and it rolls to the wall. Landon White rounds third. He'll score. They're going to hold Brass at third. And That's a stand-up RBI double for Cooper Brass to extend the lead.
What a clutch piece of hitting right there with one out here in the 8th. Just hits it the other way. And, man, with that wind, too, to take it and tail it all the way to the wall.
Alika Ahu, the freshman. He's already driven in 2 runs tonight. He's hitless. So hitless with 2 RBIs. That is a role player right there. Willing to sacrifice the stats to tally a few runs. 2 of the 10 runs that the AppleSox have scored so far tonight. And Ahu will foul this straight back. Another slider, and he's just able to get a slight piece of it.
And he's a guy who's just great at situational hitting. Like you said, I mean, hitless today, but he's found a way to contribute to the AppleSox offense.
0-1. Dropped in the slider for strike 2, and Ahu behind quickly. And Takahashi got a swinging strikeout to start the inning, and then things kind of fell away from him with back-to-back walks and then that RBI double from Cooper Brass. And the pitch to Ahu, a slider that he lines to right center field himself. Coming in, Mullins, he makes the catch. Brass tags, and then Mullins dropped the ball, so no throw to the plate. They still count the outs, but it is a sac fly for Ahu, and he gets another RBI, but still remains hitless.
Wow. I mean, like we said, his situational hitting is immaculate. The way he knows what he has to do, and you can tell he's not disappointed that he doesn't get a hit. He just takes it. It's very mature.
And Patterson scored on that sac fly, and now brings up Matt Torres. And the first pitch to him is a strike to start out his at-bats. Now Torres, 0 for 1 so far today. 3 hit by pitches, 2 of which he's come around to score on. And the 0-1 pitch. Oh, and make it 4. Man, fastball inside on the shoulder. The AppleSox dugout has their hands up. They are very frustrated, wanting some kind of warning to be issued. And man, I don't know what Torres did, but he has not had a lot of goodwill with the Springfield Drifters.
And he took a couple steps towards the mound, too, until our home plate Henry De Jesus had to
get between him.
Yeah, get between him for a second. Obviously, it wasn't intentional, you could tell. Takahashi, of course, patted his chest, the my bad sort of signal. But I don't blame Torres for being frustrated. 4 straight hit by pitches today.
Just insane. Here comes the man with a 6-game hit streak, Jonas Shields, the first pitch to him. That's a slider that he watches go past him for strike 1. Yeah, 4 hit by pitches tonight. That is nuts. And Torres leads the team for walks as well, coming into today's game with 10. Actually, Paoletto is also tied with him with 10. And the 1-0 pitch, 0-1 pitch is right past Jonas Shields upstairs for a ball. So 1-1 the count. 2 runners on for the AppleSox. Brass at second. Torres at first. 1 out here in the 8th. It's 11-1. AppleSox leading by 10 runs. Here's the pitch. And that's in the dirt, and that's going to be ball 2 to Shields.
And just getting the note here with that 4th hit by pitch, Matt Torres ties Evan Cloy with the most hit by pitches in a single game with 4. So, piece of AppleSox history right now.
If he comes around to bat in the 9th, he could make it 5 and stand alone in the number 1 spot. 2-1 pitch. Inside, bit of a check swing from Shields, but it's called strike 2. So 2-2 the count. 1 out, 2 runners on. Brass at second. Torres at first base. Tied for the lead for single game hit by pitches. 2-2 pitch, cut on, missed. Shields goes chasing after it, and that's out number 3 to end the inning. The AppleSox get 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and leave 2 men left on the base paths. 11-1 the score here in Wenatchee. The AppleSox really flipped the script here in game 2, and there's the top half of the 9th. Let's see if they can close things out here on the Wenatchee AppleSox Radio Network.
Hear that? That's the plumpest, juiciest hot dogs you've ever seen getting their grill on. But we both know what'll make it sound even better. Oh yeah, it's a Pepsi to go with your hot dog. Because when you're chomping on America's favorite meal, relish, mustard, and onions perfectly blending into a crescendo of flavor, there's only one thing that makes everything about that moment better. A cold, refreshing Pepsi. See what I mean? It's like music to my ears. Hot dogs. Better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Jeff is back from the Country Inn Family Restaurant. You have prime rib on Friday and Saturday.
Always Friday and Saturday. He's tired of barbecuing. Come on out and let me do the cooking. We got slow roasted prime rib served up Friday and Saturday night. I start serving it around 3:30, 4 o'clock until we run out.
And remember, if you're hungry like me early in the morning, guess who's open up for breakfast 7 days a week?
Down here at the Country Inn.
Off Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee, the Country Inn Family Restaurant. How long have you been in business?
Going on over 40 years, since 1975.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hey, Dave, you take care.
Chad and Amanda with Holidays Custom Muffler wish the AppleSox the best on the field this season. If you're in need of muffler work, visit Holidays Custom Muffler. They work on all cars, trucks, motorhomes, and more. Holidays provides free estimates, affordable solutions, and they guarantee their work. For an appointment, call 509-888-0128 or stop in at 400 South Columbia Street in Wenatchee.
Springfield, the third baseman, Cooper.
AppleSox 3 outs away from a win, and on play-by-play for the top of the ninth, it's Jackson Dodd.
Thank you, Smith. First offering from Braiden Boyd to Cooper Mullins. It's fouled down the left field line, out of play for strike one. And, we said it just before we got off air that Matt Therese, piece of AppleSox history, tied Evan Cloyd with the most hit by pitches in a single game with 4. He got 4 in a row. The next offering from Braiden Boyd is chopped foul. Straight back, and the count goes to 0-2.
Yeah, clearly he's just been wearing a bullseye tonight. I just don't know what it is. I mean, around the plate maybe a little bit, but still, to get hit 4 times, I've never gotten hit more than twice in a game.
And he's not even crowding it that much either.
No.
No balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. Here's a pitch. Swinging a high chopper towards third base. Ahu gloves at the throw in time. What a play by Ahu. Doesn't even set his feet. And there's the out.
Man, how impressive is he early on in the field? I mean, obviously 2 errors last night, which was uncharacteristic, but he makes plays like that. Back foot, like a chopper to him on his back foot, like you said, doesn't set his feet and just throws with ease to first base.
Impressive. And just shows off the arm, too. I mean, cross diamond. Here's Jalen Riddle. First pitch from Boyd. Just high for ball 1. He grounded out last day being the 7th. But he did start off this game with the first hit for the Drifters with a double in the first. Boyd, deep breath, collects and fires the pitch. Catches the outer half for strike 1. Infield back here. Boyd, glove tucked underneath his chin and on the shoulder. The lefty, grease to the side from Woodside. Deep breath, wind up and pitch. Swung on and a shallow fly ball, shallow right field. McGarry comes in to make the grab. Torres initially couldn't see it. You could tell he was trying to look for it initially. Just told McGarry, you need to take it because I don't know where it is.
And that was it deep enough to right field where, McGarry's able to come in and make that catch. And, now 2 away here, top of the ninth, 1 out away from an 11-1 win in game 2.
And the Sox lost game 1, 11-6 last night, searching for redemption, and so far they've found it. First pitch from Boyd catches the inner half on Nolan Miller. Nobody on, 2 outs, 11-1 Sox here, top of the ninth. Jackson Dodd, Smith Sly, glad you're here with us. Breath and fires. Swung on, fouled back, counts 0-2. 1 pitch away from a game 2 win. Boyd knows it. He walks around the mound, collects himself. Business as usual. Miller singled in his last AB in the 8th. The pitch from Boyd. Swung on and miss, and the Sox win. They take game 2, 11-1. Man, Boyd clutch